Hey guys, welcome to 4Player Podcast, weekly podcast.
And we still ended up like just stopping the music.
I don't know, why did it loop?
I don't know why we...
Fuck it, we're going. Hey guys, it's May 17th. Today is episode number 63. We have with us here...
Of what? Episode 63 of what?
The top 5 video game podcast of 4Player Podcast, official weekly podcast.
Yep.
And we have here
Wow.
Nick, what? Henderson, I know.
Nick
Thank you.
Kusher, that's it.
Oh!
Don't bring that up this time. Not cool.
Nick Keeley?
Okay, we gotta restart. I have a new vision here. Restart.
No, we can't restart. Come on, let's just go.
Just restart. Come on,
No,
one time. It'll be
All
worth
right.
it.
He has
Oh
a
my
vision.
God.
He's gonna restart it. And I'm going to stop it from moving. Okay, how's that sound?
And I'll just fade out. We won't wait for the pew.
No, actually, that sounded good.
No, wait for the pew when we go out or for the outro. Or do you have a different song for the outro?
Just remember, part of my new vision is you doing your best Ashton Kutcher voice.
What?
Never mind.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
exactly.
Wait, do you,
Let's
have,
just do it a
two,
little
do you
bit.
have two different music for the opening and the intro?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, what's the outro one?
Look at these people talking shit. Oh, it's so professional.
This is a pre-show,
Dude, we're sitting in my kitchen with a Half-Life head crab with my MP3 player on top of it. He's got two...
You're gonna bust out that MP3 later this week. You'll be like, damn, man. They sure do jack around when they broadcast, but they can put a show together.
What's your outro? Let me hear that. This is why this is a live recording. You guys are here to watch us record live. What's the outro?
Just listen.
It changes a little bit. Wait, that's almost like an intro that should be faded out.
That one, see, I should fade that one out. And
You
the
should
other one,
fade out
that
as an intro, because the other one's like a...
And that's
like an outro.
Turning it off.
Like a good outro.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Oh my god, so we're using the outro as the intro? And the
Yes,
intro as
Deficiency,
the outro?
you're a moron. You swapped them around.
Oh man, don't do that. Don't do that shit. That's not
Holy
cool.
crap, we've been running for... Okay,
So-
play the outro for the intro.
Alright, here we
I'll
go.
fade it. I will fade it out.
You're going to fade it out,
I'm
right?
going to fade it out.
Okay, and ready?
I'll fade it out. Right now.
Ready, you ready?
What are we doing this week, Star Wars?
Do you have your vision ready? That's more important.
No, I just wanted a cleaner start. There's no vision.
Alright, ready? And...
Hey guys. What the fuck? Damn it! What the hell was that?
What the fuck was that?
Bust out the frog's name or something. Shit! Alright.
shit!
What?
I
Why?
hate iTunes is what I hate.
Open. Isolate that one MP3. That's it. Just isolate it.
That was the greatest.
Don't turn off. Next.
There's no other fucking thing to open it with.
Just fade it. Fade out the song early.
Fucking Mac. Okay, I will. Here. I don't know how long the song was going for. Dude, how long...
Somebody highlight this shit.
Just start fading it, and then I'll start talking. Then fade the rest out.
Oh.
All right. Yeah. Can we get Brucey? I got the Brucey in me today.
Dude,
Okay.
why the fuck is it doing that?
Play it! Damn it. Play it. 10 minutes into the show. Let's do it.
Woo!
No, you should cut
10 minutes. Mark it now.
No, what the...
Play the damn song, man.
What the fuck?
Oh fuck! Quit saying things before you start the intro.
Me?
No, this guy. We're gonna get a and then the intro's
Oh
gonna start.
man! Let's start. Fuck! And then it'll play. Alright, here you go. Seriously, this is for real this time.
Oh, boy.
Jeff Keithy, I thought you were more professional than that.
Yeah, come on, Nick. You should start the intro. And do...
Why don't you introduce us as like this week's episode of Punked?
Oh, no.
I hate you.
He goes, Ashton Kutcher, I love you! Or Justin Timberlake, whichever one it was.
Alright, you shut up now. You
Alright,
ready?
let's do it.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 63 of the 4Player podcast. We have with us here Mr. David Lau,
Hi. How are you
Mr. Ashton Kutcher, and
No.
me, Brad Simons.
No.
doing? Ashton Kutcher, thank you for showing up.
AKA Nick Henderson, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, I saw your pictures in Rolling Stone. My God. Those
I know.
are-
The one where you were lifting up your
Brilliant.
shirt. My God, dude. I knew you worked out, but come on.
You used to swim in high school, right?
You have no idea.
You used to swim in...
You do. He does kind of have a swimmer's build,
You know,
he has a guy wrestling build.
He swims. He
Saw the picture?
swam in high school.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, I did swim in high school.
Oh, jeez. Are you sure? Like the
No, not high school. What the fuck am I saying? I'm high school. I'm playing like middle school.
he swam with his friends when he was a young boy.
Yeah. And
Wow, that's the same thing.
Young child.
All right, today we're gonna first go over our impressions, what we've been playing.
I finally got.
Because apparently Brad has 2 hours.
I've got I've got some stuff to talk about.
Then we're gonna move down the line to our community segment where we,
If we have time.
if we have time. Then we're gonna hit the roundtable discussion where we're gonna talk a little bit about innovation in games and I believe co-op games. Then we're gonna do a short news segment, our new officially titled the 4-Player Minute, and then we're gonna wrap up the show.
Yeah. We got some discussion about game genres, maybe.
No, but
we have time.
we're gonna cut that today probably because it's gonna run long.
Oh, excellent.
So go ahead.
Brad has 2 hours of impressions.
2 hours of impressions at least. So
But before, can I say something
Go ahead.
before we actually jump
Go
into
ahead.
the actual video games and stuff? So I heard you got a new TV this week, Nicholas.
I did.
Think,
I celebrated paying off my
congratulations.
old TV by going out and buying a new one.
really?
Yeah. I paid. This is not when I was on my computer.
No, I just want to say between careers, I don't want to hear your life story.
I paid off with an online payment. I was like, it's done. And then I closed that window and I clicked checkout.
What the hell? Nick got a new TV. Born's gonna be great. It's gonna look fantastic.
Well, because I just wanted to announce that I bought a new TV too.
You bought a new TV as well?
Much bigger and better than your TV.
Oh,
What the hell are you gonna do with your TV?
Really? Are you serious?
No, I'm just messing
Yeah,
around.
that's
I
what I
thought it would be funny. Oh, I have the ability to.
Guys, I have an announcement to make.
What's that?
I also bought a new TV. It's also bigger than Nick's.
But it's not bigger than Ashton.
I upgraded from a 27-inch Polaroid to a 40-inch 1080p Samsung.
Golly, I love Samsung TVs. All right.
Samsung is actually...
I'm sorry I jumped into that, but
What have you been playing, David?
are we starting with me off this week?
Yes.
What do you want me to go in reverse chronological order or?
I would like you to skip every other one, then go backwards in chronological order with the ones that you skipped.
Okay.
So just go ahead and listen
So I went home for Mother's Day Sunday, and decided to bring home my DS and popped in some Ninja Gaiden finally after having the game
Finally?
for 2 weeks. I had the game
Oh, Ninja Gaiden DS.
Yeah, I had the game for 2 weeks and finally opened it up and played it. So
How much? How far?
about an hour or so, hour or two.
Hour or so?
Mm.
How do you like it? How do
Beat
you
a
like the
couple
controls?
bosses. Well, I beat a couple bosses. I don't know.
Okay.
I kind of rush through games like that. So.
Yeah.
The controls, for an action game, I think that's the only way you can do controls on a portable.
Yeah, it worked. It worked. I think it works pretty well.
It's actually fantastic. I'm having problems because I'm at this one section now where you're fighting bad guys. There's spikes that are coming out of the grounds.
Yeah.
And then you gotta like dodge the spike,
Fucking
but you
annoying.
can't really exactly dodge great. You can attack and combo very well with the stylus, no problem. But trying to like dodge things on the floor and not roll into them, that becomes really hard.
Well, what are you doing to dodge them?
I'm just running around, and then you
See-
hold
see-
the block button and
Yeah, see, that's what I use. That gets me around in
No,
a much more
it's
precise
it's
manner.
amazing how well this action game plays on a DS, like on a portable. Because you could definitely not do this with a
Yeah.
without more buttons.
Do you think
or
it
without
benefits
an
from
add-on.
being vertical?
Well, it has to be vertical for it to be able to play.
You know, one thing I really liked about the game is that the boss fights are actually full 3D as opposed to the regular section where you're just fighting enemies. It's kind of like you're on like a flat plane,
Yeah.
as opposed to this, the boss fights where you're running
rotating
around the
around
bosses
and
and
stuff.
stuff, which is amazing. Like the technical feat that they were able to,
You on the DS.
land there. But
Yeah, the controls again are great to talk about. I mean, they're not great because it is on a portable.
Well,
but
how much of it is actually controlling with the
all of it?
the whole control things with stylus?
Yeah, you don't use it. Well, you use a D-pad you hold it down to block.
Oh.
And then if you're holding it down and you tap with the stylus, you'll roll. Did you play Ninja Gaiden for the Xbox?
No.
Okay.
You hold the
not a
D-pad
big
to block?
Ninja Gaiden fan.
Yeah, if you hold
I actually hold the top shoulder button because I hold it like a book.
Oh, you hold it like that? Like
yeah,
a
hold it like
stopwatch?
that. Yeah, like
Weird.
like a stopwatch, not like a book. Who holds a book like that? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, maybe you do. You got with the big hands.
Yeah, so I do it like that because I've done that in other games too, where you hold it like that. Whatever. Anything else?
Is it challenging? I know Ninja Gaiden.
It can be.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be. I just died like for the first time ever in this game. The only big problem is I love the fact that it's kind of advancing the Ninja Gaiden storyline. I guess.
Yeah.
Even though the Ninja Gaiden storyline isn't exactly the most riveting.
How do you like the art style, like the cutscenes and stuff?
It's fine because I like that art style, but it's not very inspiring anime art style.
It's not, but on the other hand, like in the 3D game, like that's very like bland,
Yeah,
kind of
bland
Dead or
3D.
Alive looking.
So it does look.
Art
I
style
like it
without
a lot
the-
better than the 3D ones
Yeah.
on the Xbox. But again, it's not. It's like Castlevania. I'm like, oh, okay, I saw this in Castlevania. It's not.
Yeah.
Story. Of course, I'm not like too like. Oh,
Okay, it's
God.
not a story game. But
Yeah, which is why I didn't play it.
I was surprised. Well,
my
there
big-
is a story.
My
to
big.
it.
I know.
I don't know if it's
I've heard it's terrible.
I don't know if it's a big problem. The thing I do have to point out though is like the game is it's like Ninja Gaiden for the Xbox shrunk down for the DS.
Yeah,
Isn't
you
that
go
what
to like a lot of the
You
same
go to the
areas
same
and
place,
stuff.
fight the same bosses, fight the same like bad guys, and you buy the
Why
same.
do they keep doing this? I
No,
don't
it's
understand it.
no, it's not exactly the same
It's
game.
a different game.
But and it's awesome that it works on the DS so well. But like you fought a boss in Gaiden, it's in the DS one.
Exactly. I mean, so why?
But I
do
mean,
they
it
keep
doesn't
doing
matter because this is one of the examples of the things that because of the way they changed how you control the game. It's a completely different
No,
game.
it's just
and you
like
have to play it.
It's just
I mean,
like the change
just
from like
try it. I mean,
it's just like the change from like GameCube to the Wii. You know, Mario Kart is essentially the same game as it was on the GameCube versus the Wii, but now it has Wii functionality. So you know you've got something to look for. Metroid Prime, same thing.
but sort of like maybe less like Mario Kart Wii. I think this capitalizes like on the DS controls like perfectly. I mean, that uses, in my opinion, it
Any
uses
action
touchscreen controls better than how Zelda did it, and it's a full 3D game. I mean, he's jumping up into the air and you're doing stuff.
Yeah,
It's
I
kinda
mean,
cool.
your different slashes all read, and then you hit people up in
Yeah.
the air, and you jump in the air and grab them, and they slam them down. And
I mean, and it's cool. Like for example, you could do like horizontal slash, down slash, up slash, and it's just like slash slash slash, and you knock
The
one
guy
there,
flies up
then flip it up again to jump him up into the air to do an Azuna drop down to
and
the
he grabs
ground.
it. And I love it too
Yeah.
because there'll be two guys attacking you, and they're both trying to attack you, and there's one guy off in the distance shooting like arrows at you. So you're like rolling around, dodging the guys. You jump up in the air, throw a couple shurikens at the guy far from you, and then slash back down at those guys. Like,
Yeah.
pretty good. It's for an action game on a portable. It's a really amazing feat.
And it's pretty cool. Like even when you're in the air, like if you're in the air, you do a vertical slash on an enemy, you'll slash up. If you do a horizontal slash, you'll fly over towards them and do a flying swallow, which I don't.
Which is severely overpowered.
You'll notice as you get further in the game that you can't rely on those too
I
much.
hope not, dude.
But you also get a move that lets you do like a perpetual flying swallow,
Mm.
which I never purchased. I haven't purchased yet, but that sounds pretty cool. Anything else, Steve? Playing?
Are you talking about Boom Blocks later?
Boom blocks?
Mhm.
Yeah. We'll go into it there.
Okay. Ratchet and Clank started up last night.
How's that?
Played 4 or 5 hours, I think.
But you know, you
Yeah, I saw
yeah,
you-
Ratchet and Clank. I was curious as to why you chose
No,
that.
here's the
You're talking
thing.
about the one for the PS3, right?
For the PS3, yes. The
Future.
Ratchet and Clank Future Tools
Just
of
wanted to double
Destruction,
check.
which is, I don't know, what is the purpose of that name?
I don't know, there's no sexual innuendo this time.
Yeah.
Tools of Destruction.
Yeah, so.
No, just future, whatever. They tried
Ratchet
to,
Clank.
maybe
Ratchet
they tried to get away from that.
Again, my biggest complaints. Wait, some people said this game looks amazing. Am I missing it here? Because I don't think it looks that great.
I think maybe you're missing.
Maybe we should
You're
get
missing
a
out.
TV.
I don't know. It definitely looks bright
I
and
think-
colorful and it runs smooth. So
But again, everything
That's the
else is the
definition of
same.
great,
I
right?
mean, even the environments, the characters, the comedy.
I'm sure if you were to put it side by side with the PS3.
No, I'm not saying visual. I'm just saying everything.
technically, it's hugely impressive. I think artistically, the series is a little tired. I don't think the aesthetic was bad originally. It's getting a little tired.
It's
now.
getting tired, and the boss fights and everything's the same.
But it's still bright and beautiful, and it's by far the best looking
I
Ratchet and Clank.
I can pretty much guarantee if I ever were to play a Ratchet and Clank game, I would probably start with that one.
Yeah, I know. I think you should.
Well,
because there's no reason to go back and play the first one and have
Does
like,
it
all
play?
the problems.
It plays the exact same basically.
No, I mean they've messed around with stuff. Some of the controls are weird now because you have the different buttons doing different things.
But I mean, that's the thing, and it's going to tie into our discussion later. Is there anything about this game that makes it like worse than the original you played? I mean, is it by itself? If somebody's never played a Ratchet and Clank game, can they go into this game and really see what's
Are we
great
talking
about
about
it?
this later?
No, we're talking about Ratchet and Clank now. I'm saying like somebody who's never played a Ratchet and Clank game, could they pick this up and see the really great game
No,
there?
definitely. I think if anybody's picking up Ratchet and Clank, go for it. The thing is, I played through all three of them on the PS2. Skip Deadlock.
More the same.
Yeah, it's exactly the same, dude. Nothing's.
Although those Star Fox levels look way better than the
No.
shit you did in Going Commando.
No, yeah, definitely. There's improvements, but again, it's the same kind of characters that you meet, and they're telling you
funny,
to
though, it's
kill
trying.
8 million of these and grab those and trade them in for bolts here, and you buy a weapon, and all the weapons kind of have the same. You got one that's a weapon gun, a blade gun, and you shoot all these blades. And in the last game, you had throwing stars. And it's the same thing. The stars go out, they bounce off things, just like they did in the last.
Yeah, I mean
one.
that's kind of.
But
what,
instead of you throwing them all now,
you
have a gun now, or there's a whip, and it's an electro whip, and you hit them with the electro whip. But the last one, there's like a flame, like a lava whip or something, and you sit there and and
that's like all the Ratchet and Clanks though,
Wow.
where they do slight variations on like the older weapons,
But
and then they add maybe like 3 or 4 new weapons.
they have the same general like properties. Like there's
the
there's
disco
a
balls,
little
right?
cannon one now where there's one in every game you throw like a bomb and it's like hugely powerful.
Cluster bomb.
And, yeah,
Cluster bomb.
And the next time you
The commercial, the PSP.
Oh,
Cluster bomb. Cluster bomb.
Oh, is that the guy?
Upper click.
yeah.
Cluster bomb. That's fucking hilarious.
No, but so I mean that's the thing. You end up being the same thing. It's just given a different name and a different shell, and
Which is I knew you were tired of the series.
No, and that's why
the
I
only
did-
complaint in the reviews I've seen is that I've kind of played this game before.
and that's why I didn't pick it up.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't pick it up either. I mean, I'm just borrowing it right now. So, but the thing about it is, why did I pick this game up then? Like why would I?
You're
start,
borrowing it.
Yeah, but why would I start Ratchet and Clank?
Well, I mean, there are people out there that are bigger Ratchet and Clank fans than you.
No.
I want more of the same.
Like for me personally, I'll buy Silent Hill every time I listen, even if it's basically the exact same
That's
thing.
exactly my point.
And we'll talk about that later. To move this
I
along.
wouldn't care
Is
if-
there anything else that you can play?
Hold off until later.
Yeah.
To hear my impressions of.
Alright.
I need you to remember that exact.
I
quote.
will remember that exact quote.
Okay.
I'll say it a million times.
Okay. So not Silent Hill.
We'll talk about Blue Blocks when it comes. I'll
Okay,
chime in
what
on
about you,
Blue
Nick?
Blocks.
What are you playing?
Still been playing a hell of a lot of GTA 4. Although I have some negatives to point this week. Usually my stuff about it has been fairly positive.
Hit us up with some
More
negative.
after-
What percentage are you?
About 40%.
Okay.
Done.
I thought you were gonna beat it this week, dude.
That was the
I'm gonna
plan.
I'm gonna beat it this week.
I was the plan.
He
But
must be
I
playing
had
a
some
whole hell of a lot, though.
No, I had
if
some
he's at
friends
40% and just the way he plays, must have took him forever.
I had some friends over a few times, especially when I got my new TV and they helped me set it up, and that turned into, all right, dude, we got the TV set up, turn on GTA, and that turned into like 6 hours of just them fucking around and killing people and dying and starting over. So a lot of that could have been spent on story, but it didn't. I'm still liking the game a lot, although I would say I don't like the city as much as I thought I would. In terms of, I think I like San Andreas a hell of a lot better, like the actual.
Do you know
world.
why I think that is? Because I kind of feel the same way. Or just a little disconnect between the city. Is that unlike the other games where you're driving around everywhere, there's no taxis. You really learn the lay of the land or whatever. You learn like the city like the back of your hand just because you drive all over it so many times. But in this one, I rely so much on taxis and waypoints. The waypoints and stuff. I'm so focused on like that like path that they chart out for me that I'm not even like bother like looking around seeing where I'm driving.
It's very true.
So I feel like there's a little bit of disconnect there. But go ahead.
I definitely agree with that, and there was a lot more variety in San Andreas. Like
Yeah.
there was countryside, there was like San Francisco, there was Las Vegas. They all had their own like.
Have you been to the
feel
third
it.
island yet?
Yes, that's where I started to realize this because when I got to the third island, it felt exactly like the second island, just with not as many skyscrapers.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to recreate New York City here.
The best part about the third
Not
island
like
is that highway,
3 states.
that huge long highway that's really high, and they have like a random like section of it that's kind of like
Yeah, I
opened
wonder,
up.
is that the New Jersey Turnpike I hear always about?
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
Probably what it is.
Come on, you're not gonna be.
I mean, it's basically a highway that's just really high off the ground, and there's one part where you can hit a ramp and go flying off and do all sorts of crazy stuff. But other than that, there's really not that much. I haven't really explored it all that much, but overall, they could have added more variety. I still really like the city with the amount of detail they've packed into it. It's still
Yeah.
really cool. The missions are still a lot of fun, but like we've talked about before, they haven't evolved much over the series. The gunplay is still some of the best I've seen in the series. And they're throwing more of these, like, you know, where you have to decide who lives and who dies and stuff like that. And I think we're doing the game in different orders because remember last time we came over like a week ago, you had already gotten that really nice apartment. Yeah. I just got it today.
Oh, but, well, I mean that's the way it plays. You were fucking around doing missions for useless characters.
Are you doing missions for anybody like? I guess there's some characters you don't have to do missions for, but there's still like actual missions.
Yeah.
Are you doing any of those?
No, I didn't like do any of that guy, like that Jamaican dude. I didn't do any of Brucey's missions. I didn't do missions for people unless I have to do it to progress the story.
Oh.
Yeah, son. How many?
What else do you hate about this awful game?
What are you talking about? I love this game. The relationship management is so getting frustrating because they're adding more and more people on there, and it's like impossible to keep track of everything. And I got to the point yesterday I called Brucey to see if he wanted to go to a strip club, and he turned me down.
He's like,
I was pissed.
You never call me bitch.
Exactly. Just because I turned him down for 2 boat rides, kiss my ass. And second of all, have any of y'all, okay, I told this to David today where it works. You've gone to the strip club and gotten a lap dance, right?
Yes.
Have you ever sat there and done it 3 times in a row?
Yes, of course, first time.
So you got the 2 strippers at once?
Yeah.
I found that out yesterday.
What a moron!
What? Fuck you!
You didn't bang hookers every
I don't
time.
know because I don't care to do that stuff. But it's funny because the first time he's like, yeah, the first time I did it. Well, you were probably like, I'll go and I'll just get 1 lap dance. Okay,
no, because the first time I did it, I hit it and she gave me another lap dance, but it was like just a little different.
Were you also the guy who was like, when you first went on a date with Michelle, you're like, do you want to, try your chances or whatever?
Yes,
and you're like, no, I'll wait.
No, I got laid the first day I went with Michelle. I've gone on 5 dates with Kate, and that bitch still hasn't put out. I apologize for the language.
That's okay. You're Ashton Kutcher. We know how you...
You're probably taking her to the wrong places. She's Irish.
She will not go to the cabaret, like the classy cabaret.
You take her to bars.
I know. She's Irish.
God damn it. That's racist.
No, it's true.
You're a racist.
Every date, I can't get her to go to the cabaret. I can't get her to go to restaurants. Every date
you're not going to get her to put out. What else do you hate?
I took her to play pool once, and games of pool are fun, but they take a hell of a long time.
I know. That's why I don't never do that shit. That's why I'm always like, I go to the bar in and out,
Yeah.
And then afterwards.
And she becomes a real bitch when she's drunk, too.
Oh, my God.
What did he say?
You have to go listen to the MP3 for that one.
God damn it. But
you can listen to it on your way to China. Remember, you need plenty of stuff to do.
Very true. But, what the hell was I saying?
You hate GTA.
No, I don't. And I was also going to question, a lot of people giving it 10 and stuff. I'd say maybe it's at most
8.
9. Maybe an 8 still.
Ooh.
So wait, hold on.
I'm glad I'm not in this in this
I might change my mind at the end. I'm really kind of upset they took out things like, I know putting planes in it wouldn't have been a very good idea because it's only one city. There's no point in flying a plane around in one city. But they took parachutes out. That's kind of a pain in the ass. That was probably one of my favorite parts of San Andreas. They took the bikes out. That's kind of ridiculous. And I'm sure if I sat around for a while, I could think
Who bikes around New York?
So GTA 4 is not perfect because it doesn't have bikes, but Ocarina of Time, since it does have bikes and parachutes, that's a perfect game.
No, I was going to... Ocarina of Time is not perfect because it was far too short. I could have...
short?
I could have played for 100 hours and it still wouldn't have been perfect.
Alright, whatever. Have you been playing anything
How
else?
long does it take you to beat Ocarina of Time?
I don't know, maybe like
Maybe we should
8
find
hours.
out.
Wait! Have you been playing anything else?
Yes. I have. I tested out the Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit demo.
Oh, God.
Did you
Why are you talking about this? It's terrible. It's Budokai. It's Budokai 1.
Did you play it?
Yes! I've also played and purchased day 1 Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1, Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2, and Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3.
Okay, well
that's a shameful fucking secret, dude.
Well, I didn't play any of those.
$50.
And you know what? Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit was Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1.
Are you really going to bash me for playing a demo?
No, I'm not bashing you for playing the demo. I'm bashing the demo itself.
What was the demo?
I'm bashing
I played
you for
the
playing
demo.
What is wrong with the demo? I mean, okay, first of all,
Are you a big Dragon Ball? I didn't know you were a big
I used to be a huge Dragon Ball Z fan.
Really?
Shameful as that is, that's my shameful secret. Fucking,
Wait, no, there's nothing wrong with one being a Dragon Ball Z fan,
I just don't see
two
him-
liking the demo.
I don't see him being a Dragon Ball Z fan.
I bought Budokai 2 and Budokai 3 because I enjoyed Budokai 1. Budokai. It's a fun word
I
to
did
say.
not. I played a little bit of Budokai 1 and 2. A little bit. Did not like
Okay,
it.
so you like the demo.
I like this one just because...
That's great. It's still not a real fighting game. So
I
you
know.
have to be a real huge Dragon Ball Z fan to play that for more than 2
Now, I
minutes.
think the one thing that would draw me to this is the art style of the game. This is the first one that I think actually looks and feels just like you're watching the show, and you're controlling it.
It's not a deep fighting.
Did I mention the word deep fighting? Did I mention that?
No, but you did mention the word deep throat.
No.
Do you know? There's whatever. Go ahead.
I really like the way the game looks and the feel of it.
Have you
I
seen
think-
Naruto Ninja Storm?
Yes. Now that
Holy shit! We're gonna download that trailer. I'm gonna show it to the audience. I'm gonna show it to Nick, and he's gonna go, "Fuck Budokai."
But I don't
4
like
or 5.
Naruto.
Oh, well, what? I mean, you just
So-
gotta watch it. I mean,
I'm sure I'll agree.
Give us
that-
your impressions about the trailer.
you don't have to like Naruto to see that. Like, wow, like this art style is great in Burst Limit, but holy shit, it needs to be on this level now.
I
like,
agree.
What
I
are
agree
your
with that.
impressions of Budokai?
I mean, it's
Or I'm sorry,
for the most part.
Burst Limit.
Shut up.
You almost couldn't
You
tell
gotta
me.
say, there's been like 3 Tenkaichis also, which
Yeah.
were
I
yeah,
know that's freaking
a lot of
annoying.
these Dragon Ball Z fighting games.
But I mean,
Are they adding new characters to these games or what?
What's the company that works on?
Spike.
No, what is it? Dimps? Are they the ones who work on Dragon Ball Z? Because did you hear that Dimps is actually the one, like, working on Street Fighter 4?
I did not hear.
Did you hear about that?
So
Like,
you-
they're working
what
with
was your-
Capcom on Street Fighter 4.
What's your impressions on
Is that a bad thing?
Ridiculous.
Because
I
they have
don't
a
know.
lot. They have a lot of experience with 3D fighters, dude. With quasi 3D fighters.
Quasi 3D.
Yeah, in quasi-average 3D fighters.
Okay, I'm waiting for Nick's
Okay.
impressions on this Burst Limit.
Gameplay wise, it feels a lot like the other ones. I mean, there's not really much you can say. It's not a very deep fighter, I don't think.
Oh, what were you?
But I'm saying, like, what's
this
the
is
standout?
this is the first Dragon Ball Z I can say that I might wait and pick it up when it comes in.
Is it because the look? I mean, you're saying it plays the same.
Because I might.
I don't think
pick it up.
I don't think the other Budokais did a very good job of capturing the same feel of the show. I think this one comes closer to it, and it also tells an alternative.
With characters.
You should try
in
In the demo, you
Nick
play
was-
one battle as Goku, and you play one battle as Yamcha. So.
Try the Naruto.
I'll try.
I mean,
I'll try it.
I'm. You might not be a Naruto fan, but like, I'm not a fan of like, Jin Kazama. But I mean, I like Tekken. So,
No,
anything else? Any other demos?
I played a lot of the Born demo recently.
Really?
What?
You played more of
I
that?
played it about 6 times. Yeah.
Holy shit! That's like
You know
that's the
what?
equivalent of playing through the full version of the game.
That's
Oh, fuck you!
Because you're gonna beat those same 3
Bad.
segments 6 times, and then the game's gonna be over.
First of all,
that's 7 times too many.
First of all, last week on the show, I said this before the show, but the mistake was made of saying that there's 3 full levels from the game. Not 3 full levels; it's 3 segments
Yeah.
of a levels in the game. So that is not.
No, I didn't
The
think it was
demo
gonna
is
be
not a
that.
fourth. The demo is not a fourth of the game.
But I bet those 3 segments would probably make
Stop
up
that.
like 1 level though.
Stop that.
I have no idea what that was.
Not anymore. Oh, I love you, Nick, dude. You're something else.
What?
Have you played anything else?
Yes, I started Prince of Persia today. The
Oh,
one-
sweet.
the
Oh,
first
fun.
one.
Is
And
this on
What?
Xbox?
No, it's on PS2.
Oh, PS2.
PS2.
Okay, so
Are you gonna be able to
This
finish
is
all
really
this stuff before you leave to China?
I'm gonna try. I picked starting Prince of Persia today, so I can because I'm hoping I can beat it before we go to China. Because it looks like it's
Yeah.
beatable within 3 or 4
Sure.
You
days.
should talk about it on the show next week.
Shut up, you jerk. I'll leave my impressions from China. I'll post in China.
Oh, okay, cool. Why don't you? Okay.
There are business centers in the hotel I'm going to be staying at. Assuming they'll have English keyboards, I should be fine. I'm going
You're
to
not
say,
getting your laptop?
I was kind of surprised because I've lately had a really hard time going back and playing PS2 games, just because we're
The graphics are too bad.
yeah.
Are you playing on your PS3?
And just not just graphics wise, gameplay. The gameplay mechanics have vastly improved a
Oh,
lot.
jeez. Really?
The
I mean, it's not the same as
Don't
like
forget AI.
I mean, you could say that about going back to play old PlayStation 1
Are
games,
you-
like before they
They
analog
make a joke at everything I say, David.
I don't know what's. I think I know you're leaving for 3 weeks, so I'm trying to get as much as I can in
Please
before you
don't.
leave. Because
Please don't.
The
But with that said,
mechanics, like maybe for first person.
I like the game a lot. The acrobatics you can do feel right on par with the Tomb Raider Anniversary. Will you stop imitating my finger, please?
Well, Tomb Raider Anniversary actually takes a lot of that from Prince of Persia because
Yeah, I was playing this and I was like, wow, Tomb Raider Anniversary really borrowed from the actual thing where you grab the poles and you swing around feels just exactly like it did in
But also, Prince of Persia was originally just like a Tomb Raider knockoff kind of.
Yeah, but I actually think it kind of does it better.
And Tomb Raider was kind of like a Prince of Persia 2D knockoff, which is also it's a whole big clusterfuck of copying games.
Everybody's
where's
clusterfuck of knocking
clusterfuck
off.
this week? Cluster.
This is a really horrible analogy, but I really feel like Prince of Persia withstands the test of time.
That's not
It's not even an analogy.
It's a bad pun. Moving on.
There we go. Puns are what I was looking for.
All right.
You go to hell.
It's a bad everything.
Let me just say this. I love the storytelling. It's very immersive in the way they the main character narrates the game. Have you played Prince of Persia?
Yeah.
I like how he narrates. It's kind of
We probably played it before you did.
God damn it, David! Will you shut the fuck up? before I slap
Come on,
you?
guys.
I'm gonna slap the shit out of you.
Afterwards, when we're at Whataburger.
Oh my god, you bastard! Has an okay combat system.
Yeah.
It feels a little sluggish to me. I don't
Combat
know.
kinda
I kind of feel like it's maybe gonna get a little more faster paced when I play the
Combat
sequel.
Cards, like the weakness of that series is they moved on to the sequel. They're like, oh, they can play that combat. Let's make this one more combat focused. Then they changed it all, and it's
Yeah,
the first one's
You're playing the
But
first
if I
one,
recall, the
stays
second and
best.
third one didn't get were bad games. Right?
No, they got fine
You said
reviews.
he was playing
but-
Sands of Time? Like, how do you, like, in that game, I can't stand fighting people. You're just like, kunk, 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 kunk.
It's just that there's so many of them. You have to hit them so many times.
It's very sluggish, and I played a little bit of the second Prince of Persia on the PSP a long time ago, and it felt more
Is that on
fast.
PSP?
Well, so I checked it out from the store one day.
That's weird.
Cool.
It was interesting, but I
Prince
like it so
Persia.
far.
Oh.
I played about an hour of it. I'm really kind of from what I was able to play, I'm really gonna enjoy it. I think so. I'll talk more about that later. But
Cool. Anything else?
that's about it.
Any other demos?
Is there a demo you're trying to?
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to throw it
I
out.
played the Bourne demo several more times. I'm gonna say that again.
Man, you're gonna like born yourself out before that game gets released.
I want to bore myself out before.
Oh my god, it's so easy to turn born into boring. We got to figure out like a clever way to do that.
Well, yeah, I know.
Okay. Just kidding. I've been fucking with you this whole time. I'm gonna be buying that game day one. I'm just.
Oh, God! Oh!
I'm just kidding. I'm
Don't
not buying the game. I have plans and stuff too.
That's too much, dude.
No.
Okay, Nick.
Stop.
Starting now.
You know what?
Starting now. It's your turn, right?
Yes.
2 hours.
Okay. The thing is, hold on. You don't understand. I love the Bourne movies more than the average person.
Okay.
Probably just as much as you do. And I love movies.
Okay.
The thing is, like, you're placing a lot of faith in a licensed game.
Oh my god,
That's not how he works. He wants to support the developers. He wants to support
David! If you fucking don't shut up, I'm gonna slap.
No,
you.
I'm serious.
No, you're saying it to mock me. Shut up,
Oh,
jackass.
I apologize. I didn't know I was doing that.
I sense the electricity going.
Yeah,
and
I
then
feel
I
it
wait,
too.
what was that? What was that? That was like a Toonami Dragon Ball Z intro or whatever with
Yeah,
the lightning from the eyes. Okay, I've been playing some games. Boom Blocks. Me and David have been playing.
You were gonna say something?
Oh, I thought he was moved on.
He's talking about why you like some porn.
No, I'm just gonna say y'all are talking about it like I think it's gonna be the greatest game ever. I'm excited about it.
No.
Except for the fact
We
that it
just-
might not be very good,
We just
but I can still get it and enjoy it
Nah.
for what it is. It might not be the greatest, but I'll enjoy it for what it is.
Well, I mean, we're not messing with you, but would you
He's
agree that
messing with
it maybe should be like a $40
He's messing
game
with
though,
Maybe it should be. I wouldn't be opposed to that. What the
or 30?
No, I mean,
That was pretty funny. Nick pointed at David, and David touched his finger.
touch my finger?
it's weird.
All right, I've been playing.
He lost his.
He
Yeah.
threw me off. I was gonna say like I've been playing the Bourne demo a whole bunch.
Oh.
But I figured that I was like no,
I
I
wouldn't
just gotta
I
move
wouldn't
on.
do that to you.
I just gotta move
Yeah, you
on.
would.
All right, I've been playing Boom Blocks for the Wii. If you have a Wii, really, you should probably.
Is it
give
worth?
some.
Do you think it's worth $50 though? That's.
I was
think-
gonna buy it today.
I think if you have people to play with, absolutely. Single player, maybe not. There is a lot there.
It's very
And-
charming. It's got a lot of good stuff on it.
I actually recommend it.
If you have somebody to play with, I honestly think this is the kind of game that when people come over, just like Wii Sports, is the kind of thing you pull out and show and like say, hey, let's try out this kind of game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's try out this because it's easily accessible. Anybody can get into it, and it's fun. And believe it or not, there's like a lot of maybe depth to some of at least the pooling mechanics, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting physics-based puzzle game.
I'm interested in the customized stuff. If you have any ideas on what to do with that? Like I love like that.
You mean
stuff
the level building thing?
Yeah, level builder or anything like that. I love that stuff. Except I can never get like inspired to do something because it just seems so like tedious to have.
But
like,
in this
bloop,
game,
bloop, bloop, bloop,
this
bloop,
is a
bloop,
Little
bloop.
Big Planet. I mean, the level editor is cool when you play other people's levels, because I'm sure there's going to be people out there that make some really cool levels. But it's not as easy and accessible as it is in like something from what I've seen of Little Big Planet. I've messed around with the editor, and it's fucking like that shit's tedious to set up like a really cool like
Little Big
level.
Planet or Boom Blocks?
Boom Blocks. Little Big Planet looks like a blast. I mean, that's why I think Little Big Planet's going to succeed, because it looks like when you go in there with multiple people, it's going to be fucking hilarious and fun to build stages like on the fly. So, I mean, we'll see. Boom Blocks, I think it's great fun. I just love the physics of it and some of the mini games. The only thing I hate about it is that some of the mini games absolutely suck. Like the ones where you're just shooting stuff, or you're throwing your ball at enemies so they don't take your blocks. I hate some of the mini games. And I'd forgive that because there's just so much content in this game. But in the adventure mode, you have to like play through everything to progress in the adventure mode. And even in the challenge modes, I don't like how they don't have like you'll go to a board and they'll have like 20 challenges, but you have to go one by one down each challenge to unlock the next one. When it should have just been you could do any you want at your own pace or whatever, and maybe you only have to unlock so many medals to unlock the next set. It should have been like that. It really wasn't. It's a game with the great core like gameplay design, but some of the other stuff. Like that are a little rough around the edges. Like for example, the unlocking system, the menu system is borked. It's like completely borked, which is weird.
You roll over something and it takes up like half the screen, and like that half screen is like where the rest of your menu is. So it's like so you just kind of have to like move it over that thing until it disappears or whatever.
That's weird. But the multiplayer is fun. I especially like the colored blocked Jenga and stuff. That was a lot of fun.
Like the Jenga thing is probably my favorite part.
Yeah.
Are a lot of the games like that, or is that just like a small portion of the game?
Well, it's not a small portion,
like
but they also have like not just the Jenga ones, but the ones where like you have to move stuff and like not let the little animals die, which is cool.
One thing I think is kind of weird about the game, which I don't really like, which is shocking, but this is not a game I think where a story belongs, and they've kind of like
Listen, until you've heard the story, the brave and slightly haunting story of Boots and his adversary. Oh my God, what's his name? What's the adversary? The monkey?
Dude, I don't know.
Oh.
Let's just call them by animal names. Monkey,
Okay.
sheep, beaver.
Whatever, yeah, the story's retarded. But you'll get into the story, I think, when Boots is looking for gold and when he has to like defend the town from the evil monkeys. I can't remember his fucking name. But
you really need to
look it up. You got a laptop right there.
Babadoo, like the evil Babadoo, like
Bambadoo.
Bambadoo.
There's an in there, buddy.
Bambadoo. He's like an evil like baboon.
I wrote Magic Beaver.
Whatever. So Boom Blocks, it's pretty good.
I mean,
it's more than pretty good. It's just a pleasant surprise.
Are you waiting to, or are you still deciding?
I just decided it would be very irresponsible.
You have people to play with.
Spend money on Boom Blocks when I'm going to China, and I'm going to need that money in about 5 days. But yes, I feel play. My roommate, I think, would really get a
you picked up Endless Ocean.
I had fun just playing there by myself when you were in here working.
Yeah, you'd be surprised like how entertaining this is. I think this game is kind of a sleeper.
I played it, so like
I recommended it to like 5 or 6 people today when they were looking for Wii games, and
it's finally a good third-party Wii game.
And it's something you can recommend to anybody, I think.
My question is, how much like did Steven Spielberg have?
Yeah, probably not much, but whatever.
I'm curious.
I mean,
they're hyping it up.
I mean,
Steven Spielberg.
He was tied to the original Medal of Honor, but he wasn't, coding or anything.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think maybe he had an idea. Maybe he did character design or something like that.
I mean, he also helped produce it. I mean, I'm sure he invested a lot of his many billions of dollars into it. But whatever. I mean, it is what it is. I think the game, despite the fact that EA is attached to it or that Steven Spielberg is attached to it, is still kind of a sleeper hit that people didn't see coming and that a lot of people are enjoying.
Could this not have been a $29.99 game?
But I mean, you can say that about every other Wii game or like a lot of
that's
or every
true.
other licensed game.
The fact that Spielberg's name and EA behind it, that kind of jacks up the price another.
I think if it were like $40 or $30, yeah, it would be absolutely a must buy. But I mean, that's just not how things work. There's much shittier games that are $50 on the Wii. I wouldn't complain if you're looking for a good Wii game and you haven't, because they don't come out every day.
Yeah.
There's more garbage than greatness. I say pick it up. Honestly, if you're deciding between Mario Kart Wii and Boom Blocks, and you have a fucking like Mario Kart on the DS and the GameCube and the 64 and the Super Nintendo, like everybody else, fucking go for Boom Blocks, man.
To be honest,
I think
it was fun enough, and I think the potential to have fun playing with other people was maybe even enough to warrant $50. I mean, sure,
there's a lot of content in there,
but I was definitely willing to go out yesterday and buy the game $50 and be happy with making that purchase.
Cool. I've also been playing a couple other things. I've been playing. I finished up Professor Layton and the Curious.
You beat it?
You beat it?
Yeah.
Holy crap!
And the game not only gets surprisingly entertaining towards the end. There's a lot more loose cutscenes and stuff, which are great to watch. But believe it or not, a lot of people's complaints like, why are we talking to everybody? Everybody's puzzles. This doesn't make sense. It actually ties all that into the story.
No way.
I swear to God.
So it's a dream. It's a dream. He's having a nightmare.
Twin Peaks. It was good. I don't want to spend too much time on it. I've talked about it before.
This is how you want to play? Okay. All right, we play.
Dude, I'm the level 5 fan. Why are you the bigger fan of Layton than me? I don't understand.
No, what? That didn't make sense, right?
Everyone's got to start playing with Dave.
I also started and finished the first Fear expansion, Fear Extraction Point.
Oh, good.
It was okay. It was sort of like more Fear, which I'm sort of, I guess, a bigger fan of Fear than maybe a lot of people. A lot of people just kind of see a bland shooter with some jump scares. I see a game with like some fast-paced, combat with like really smart AI and fast AI too.
Wait.
But like the way the enemies you'll turn your head for a split second and that enemy will be gone. He'll be like hauling ass to another point. It's not like they'll slowly flank you or listen to a couple of guys. Like these enemies, they fight smart and they're not going to stand in the same place. They're going to haul ass and they're going to try to flush you out and get you out of there. And it's intense combat. And a lot of people complain, oh, it's not that scary, but I'm not fucking just playing this game so y'all can hear me scream. I'm playing it because I actually enjoy the combat much more so than something like fucking Silent Hill, which I also started, and I will probably not be finishing.
I know. I'm going to finish it for you.
Cool. Yeah. I don't know how much people want to see it because a lot of times I start these Silent Hill games, they're like, yeah, bro, it's
there
getting
are a lot of people
scared. It's scared. And when I start playing them, I'm like, dude, maybe you should pop in something else.
Well, I don't know how you somehow... I'm not going to get into a fight with you.
No, the puzzles are fucking brilliant.
Oh.
I was turning the rooms on this awesome like cylindrical prison.
Because you seem to have a lot more trouble with these puzzles than I ever did. And I don't know what
How come when I have multiple people in chat who play through the game and are sitting with guys in front of them on the puzzle that I did and completed the night before, and we're doing it again the following night and we can't figure it out? What the hell? I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I didn't
know why they're randomly generated puzzles.
No, they could be. They could fucking be. I was playing one game
they're
where
never
like
the same.
the puzzles were slightly different, so like you couldn't.
I don't know.
There's certain things about Silent Hill that I really, really admire, but the core, like I'm not even talking about combat. The stuff that you're doing in the game to progress the story and to
I really love. To be honest,
like finding the toothpick and the rubber band. And all that stuff and doing some borked puzzle?
Yes.
You like that?
I don't know why, but I like it.
It'd be cool if it made sense, but sometimes they just don't make sense.
It's like it brings back the spirit of what was terrible about old adventure games. Which I don't
You were complaining about, like in Silent Hill 2, how you had to like reach in the toilet. You know, things that.
Yeah, but it was with a hair and a hook.
No, you reached your arm in there for that one.
Yeah, you reached.
You used the hair and the hook and the bubble gum. Actually, it was the wax. To get the key out of the drain, so you can open up a suitcase that had another key in it.
You can kind of make the same argument for Professor Layton. You said a lot of the puzzles.
No. Those are like fucking charming 4th grade math bonus question puzzles. Completely fucking different, dude. Completely different. Those aren't traditional like adventure game puzzles. It's like water and pictures and stuff. And some people don't like that thing, but I kind of dig it. I was getting fucking bonus points on my math test for years.
Some people don't like Silent Hill puzzles. But I dig it.
Okay, no, I'm just saying that's what I don't like about it.
Life's the garden, Nick.
It gets really slow at
Go
times.
fuck it? What?
Life's the garden.
Go fuck it?
No. Life's the garden.
Go poo in it?
Is there an end to this?
Digging.
I've also
Oh my!
I've also
that was horrible.
Thank you, Joe Dirt.
I also started Cold Step Saga.
Wait,
I haven't gotten very far into
Wait.
it, so
Sorry.
I'm not going to talk too much about it. It's sort of more Magic the Gathering meets Monopoly. Pretty cool. If you like card-based games,
Magic
check it
the
out.
Gathering meets Monopoly.
That's exactly what it is. People laugh, it's probably not that. But no, it's Monopoly meets Magic the Gathering.
You're correct, Ranger. Silent Hill is no Resident Evil. It's better.
No.
Is this why you stopped me?
Nick?
Yes.
Is this why you stopped me?
This is why I stopped.
Why would you
I
say
didn't stop you? You kept
Why
going.
would you say something like that? You honestly do not like you like Silent Hill better than Resident Evil?
Yes.
Wow.
Really? Yes.
Wow.
I get more excited.
Wow.
About Silent Hill than I
Much
do.
better?
Wow.
They're two different styles of game,
I know.
obviously. And I'm still really excited about Resident Evil 5, but I'm
Were you talking about Silent Hill 5 in
Nick,
the
wow.
news segment, or you want to touch on it now?
well.
Because I did watch the trailers, and I was kind of impressed by what I saw, at least visually and artistically.
First of all, I want to ask you: have you seen the movie? Either of you all seen the
Yeah, I
movie?
saw the movie.
Did you like the movie?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of a bitch
Movie
with
snob.
movies. Yeah, maybe a little bit of a movie snob, but
Okay. So, but you thought it was me, or
no, I mean, as far as video game movies go, I think it's like kind of the best of the bunch, to be honest. I've seen a lot of shitty video game movies, but I'm pretty picky about my horror movies too. I mean,
No, I wasn't going into it looking at it as a horror movie. I was just going.
I mean that's what it was.
That's the
Like
only.
like Pyramid Head ripped the skin off of like a chick
Yes.
or a dude. I mean that's horror,
That
gore,
was
whatever.
dark. But I mean,
You like the dark, don't you,
yes,
Nick?
and shut up. I mean, that's the only video game adaptation I can remember
Like
that I
a
like.
black shirt on there.
Yeah, shut up, David. Yes, but you know they're kind of going. They're taking a lot of what's the word? Taking a lot of influence from the movie in the fifth game, in terms of like the way the town transforms and you see it all happening in real time and stuff. That was really cool. The nurses even feel they move and they look a lot like they do in the movie, which is really cool. But
I just like the the way the nurses move, the way they use the movie style of transformation is too. I just think the story could be kind of more interesting and even more eerie because it's like a dude coming back from the war.
I thought that
and all
was really
screaming. It has like sort of like Jacob's Ladder vibes to it, which is I think Jacob's Ladder. That's the movie with Tim Robbins.
yeah,
Okay. And so I mean, I actually got excited when I saw it. I'm not sold on combat. I don't know why they're so like, let's improve the combat. How about they prove like the other stuff you do in the game in between the sparse bouts of combat? That's what needs fixing. Not the combat itself. The combat was fine in Silent Hill 4.
I find it charming.
Charming. Your dark little sicko puzzles. There's nothing charming
Yes.
about them.
But I thought the combat didn't seem to be that much. I mean, it looked a little better, just in terms of like when you actually slash with a knife, you see that the cuts go across. I mean, visually the combat looked a little more satisfying, but it still looked basically the same to the other one. I didn't think it was a huge improvement. So I don't know why they're really talking a lot about how the combat's so much better. But
So Silent Hill 5, I'm kind of positive on it. To be honest,
I'm very positive. About it.
Honestly,
Thumbs up.
I think this is a Western developer, so they might change some of those things that are a little too traditional about the slow plotting puzzles in the
Did you
originals.
read the impressions from like Kotaku? That,
Yeah, they were very positive.
Yeah,
about
they've
it.
all been.
I have a question.
Yes, David. And
How
this,
does, huh?
is this gonna make me want to slap you?
No, how did we get talking about Silent Hill?
Because we were going to talk about it later, and we were
We were talking about
before.
Silent Hill 4, and I
Whatever.
about it. So
Let's move on to our community segment. What an awesome transition. Whatever. Let's move on to our community segment.
great job.
It's awesome. It's awesome. It's smooth, seamless. So yeah, this is the segment where we usually talk about what's going on with us, like as far as Just.TV goes, a little bit about our blog and the community within it, like our forum and stuff. So let's start off with maybe, if anything, what we're going to be playing this week on Just.TV.
Sure.
Anything
I will be starting up
tonight, and maybe sorry, just real quick.
What? What's going on?
You're going to be starting something new? Go ahead, dude.
No, please, tonight. Tonight's more important.
Tonight, maybe, if we have some time, we're going to try to finish up Fatal Frame 3.
Finally, how
try.
long has it been?
I don't know. The ending seems to be dragging on a lot longer than I thought it would.
It's not the ending. I don't, Nick's like, oh, I'm going to finish it, we're going to finish
It
it. We're
feels like the
almost at
end.
the end, we're almost at the end. And Miss Joker's like, dude, he's only half done. What's he talking about? Why does he keep saying the end? But, yeah, we'll play some more of that. It's getting better. It's getting creepier.
It's getting very creepy. That bitch under the floor terrified
I saw that,
the
yeah.
hell out of
You
me.
know what? I'm a little tired of the aesthetic of. I mean, like the actual old Japanese house or whatever. Like that part's getting a little stale. I don't get scared there, but the actual like house, like when they start ruining Ghost World,
yeah.
that's the stuff that will really start to creep me out. That's like
'Cause it's
modern
something-
day ring
that's
shit.
the stuff that can happen.
we walked by.
Like, watch, you want to walk by there and see feet under there one day, huh? Oh,
Ooh, that would be cool.
I mean, that was terrible. Like, first we saw the feet underneath the curtain in the living room, and then the feet in the shower, and then we saw
the
did
ghost
you-
in the
did you
kitchen.
see?
I tried to watch that clip. There's a clip of it.
There's no ghost. In that.
There's no ghost.
Someone mishighlighted that. But I mean, like, also in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Were you there for that? I went to go save, and then I look over and I see a hand coming out from underneath the covers just on the bed. And
Yeah, I saw
look at
that.
it, and you
It's
see it
fucking
kind of like
creepy.
slide back onto the shit.
No way.
Look, that
Creepy.
terrified the shit out of me.
Holy
I was
shit!
like, all right, I'm done.
That's awesome, dude. No,
That's the kind of
cool.
stuff that's getting me kind of excited about it. And of course, I really think that the bitch under the floor, the long arm crawling bitch, is on a whole different level of scary as every other ghost I've seen in the game.
That's what I said. First-person survival horror ghost game.
Because every time you see her, you're in the first person.
Yes. First person, dude.
Yeah, I've always been an advocate of like.
It made me feel.
first person
It made me feel so
first-
helpless because I couldn't turn. I couldn't pan the camera fast enough. And
That's
I
one of
was
the reasons
coming
why
up
Fatal
behind me.
Frame is so much scarier than other games. Because when you go into that camera and it's all like kind of dark, you can just look it around. You see something pop up, it's so much more effective than seeing your little penis dinosaur walking down the hall and like sloshing like.
What was the penis dinosaur?
And
Silent
you hear, like
30.
some radio in the background.
Yeah, you hear the penis sloshing like way before you finally fight the dumb thing. So I mean, it's just
What's the penis one?
This
Oh,
little Tyrannosaurus
Silent Hill
thing.
3.
A little
Okay.
like Tyrannosaurus
I
Rex
couldn't remember.
medium thing.
I forget.
yeah. So okay, go ahead, David. What are you gonna play this week? Yeah.
I'm starting a project for the site.
Cool.
It's going to probably take about a month or two to see the actual benefits and whatever.
Outcome.
Outcome's not a great
Finished
word.
product.
No, not finished product either.
Go
Is this
ahead.
something you're playing?
Anyways, I'm going to be playing Wii Fit starting this
Oh.
Tuesday.
Like every
Wednesday?
morning thing.
Yeah, I'm going to play it every morning for like a month or two and actually see how it works out.
Let's see. Are you trying to see how?
He's going to be broadcasting what picture we
Yeah.
fit every morning.
I'm sure it'll be picture-in-picture because.
But are you going to be doing this to see if you lose weight and stuff like that kind of thing? See if it has an improvement on you.
Yeah, sure.
Because a lot of people have been talking about how sometimes if you do other exercise, it's going to make it. It's kind of like you're cheating.
Huh.
Because if you're exercising outside of doing Wii Fit, like if you go running or swimming like you always do, Wii Fit's going to register it as like you're losing weight and doing whatever. But it's not going to be from you playing the game. It's going to be from you swimming. It's going to give you an off reading. So
Right.
The only way for you to do it would be if you just stop doing everything else.
Okay, and don't eat and swim and.
No, eat, but don't swim or run or do any other exercise like that. Only exercise on Wii Fit and see if it has an effect.
Of course, that's not gonna do shit. It's fucking Wii Fit.
God damn it, Nick.
Well, what the fuck are you talking about?
God damn it, Nick.
What, David?
When
What?
you come back from China, it'll be a totally different meeting.
We can't even get into it now. We'll tell you about it later. Okay, anything else this week? You gonna finish up Onimusha 2 finally?
Whoa, what the fuck just happened?
Let's move on.
I'm fucking confused.
Wait, no. Wait, weird.
Oh, I want to slap you so bad. I'm gonna hold it in.
Yeah.
Why are you so like easily
Yeah,
agitated?
right.
Just let it go. Let it go.
Let it roll.
You'll understand later. But anything else? Onimusha 2? Are you gonna keep playing Ratchet and Clank?
Look, can we start this discussion session? Because I've been wanting to say this about.
No, we're gonna.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
What about Fatal Frame? I will probably keep playing. I want to try to finish up GTA. I'm gonna finish up the second expansion of Fear, Perseus Mandate. I hear it's really creepy. Like this one's supposed to be really a lot scarier than the
Well,
other two.
you started the actual Fear expansion, so right?
I beat Extraction Point.
Okay, that's what I was.
Yeah. Which aren't developed by Monolith.
I think I gotta pick up a time when to do this. Like, should I do it every morning at 6 and just do it for 15 minutes?
Yeah. Fuck it.
If I can wake up at 6.
Don't talk about this. I'm still confused about it. It's angering me.
Okay.
Also, Travis hopefully will be over doing his Way Back Wednesday. We don't know what.
Oh yeah. By the way,
We
you didn't
also
notice Travis.
what
is not
great
on the show
stuff
this
came
week.
from the last Way Back Wednesday.
Last Way Back Wednesday, we were lucky enough to have Ashton
Shut up.
Kutcher over. We were lucky enough to have Ashton Kutcher over, and him and Travis were doing speed runs all night, and it was pretty cool. I mean, we saw, I think it was like 18 minutes or something. Ashton Kutcher was able to beat Ninja Gaiden on the
original Ninja
NES.
I want you. I want
which
to tell
is
you
fucking
something.
impressive. And
I want to tell you something.
yeah,
Oh, hold on. You let him finish talking?
No.
Okay.
I was not in the greatest mood that morning when I woke up.
he fucking called him and he was like,
Thursday morning, I
"You're
get
making me look gay."
no.
I wasn't here
that's
for it,
not how
but
it
Jessica
went.
told me about it later.
That's not how it went. I got on the. I was like, all right, I'll check the blog, and I'm like half asleep. I open it, the first thing I see is a fucking picture of Ashton Kutcher with
That's
his face on it.
70s, Nick.
I was like,
Somebody
what?
did another one of that later. That was
What
even
the
better.
fuck?
Good
is
job.
this?
The Rolling Stone cover, absolutely A++.
I was like,
and then the
that
Calvin
is
Klein,
so-
the Calvin Klein.
That is so gay.
That's A+.
That one was pretty gay.
And I had to call Brad and go, what the
Did
fuck?
your girlfriend see that?
No, not
She
yet.
would have been like, "Wow, Nick, you've been working
God, I
out."
hope she's not in chat right now, because if she is, she's gonna go check it out right now, I'm sure. Alright, good, she's not here.
Whatever.
Oh man. Son of a bitch.
I'm going to email her.
How did I even... I don't want a story, but all I'm going to say is, how the fuck did I end up a huge forum
It was a very confusing night.
when I wasn't even there and had no...
That's why. You need to be there. You're not there to defend yourself.
Do you know what his defense was when I told him about this? He goes, they squeezed in a picture of Travis too. There's one picture of Travis on a skateboard.
There's one of me too, as a bear doing parkour.
Parkour.
By the way,
Parkour.
if you're not familiar with parkour, I could probably perform some for you right now.
Oh, jeez.
I could
No, because
maybe
you know
stand
why?
on one
You
foot.
weren't there to defend yourself. That's why. Because you aren't there to say,
son of a
don't
bitch.
do that.
Well, what happened
So
was
don't do that.
Ashton
Everything
Kutcher.
becomes-
The thing is, Ashton Kutcher did such a good job that night with the speed runs.
Uh-huh.
We decided
Who
that
was really playing?
we decided that we wanted him in
Ashton
the group
Kutcher.
and not you anymore, Nick. Mainly because we know you're not very fast when it comes to beating games. He told me that, like, okay, I'll be a part of your group, but what I want you to do is I don't want y'all to reshoot the intro because it's a really great intro. He told me, and he works in movies and television, so he definitely knows what's up. And he was like, I don't want you to reshoot it, just Photoshop my face over Nick's, and that'll be fine. So we're like, okay, we'll do that. And like, but what the fuck does Nick do? And Ashton Kutcher's were like, well, I have a pretty successful career. Whatever. He could try to go like he could try to carry that on my legacy basically.
I
Yeah.
get to bang Demi Moore?
No, you
Yeah.
can't
We
date-
get don't even lie about it. I know you have a girlfriend, but we have pictures of you hanging out with Demi Moore, like a very serious one.
And,
Yeah, very serious.
This has gone on far
Cameron
too long.
Diaz too?
Yeah, with Cameron Diaz, you're coming out in that new movie with her. Like they just did a swap.
Alright.
And you've even continued on his modeling career, which is great.
This has gone on
And good-
way too long.
Good job to you, and
Yeah, great job for me.
So what about
you're going. That's why he's going to China, dude. He's got some sort of promotional thing in China.
promotional thing? They pay big money when you do like commercials and stuff over there. So hopefully you'll make it.
God damn it.
You'll make it big.
I love you, dude, Nick. I really do. I will make this up for you on your birthday.
Also, Ashton Kutcher got a lot shorter. I don't know if you've seen the picture, but I've heard when you meet these celebrities in real life
Oh, jeez.
that they're not as tall as like their on-screen presence. Sorry. Yeah. So we have we also take questions from the viewers and the audience and the listeners. So Nick has.
I'll be
few here.
reading that portion of this segment, shall we?
Let me ask one question. When are we getting these discussion topics?
We're gonna do that after the community.
Excellent. I cannot wait. Really.
What? Go
Because
ahead,
I
Nick.
mentioned
That's
something.
3 slaps now.
Okay. Well,
They
you,
better be on the
use your
goodie.
little pen and write it down. And
I
we'll be
did.
okay.
I did.
Alright. Alright.
Let's go into these, Nick.
Alright, let's do
These
this.
will be the last ones.
You know what?
Where Nick will be
You know
out
what, Nick?
for
Nick?
3 months or 3 weeks.
Keep it to one. We're running out of time.
No, we had 10 minutes.
That's because we talked about...
Oh, okay. Well, the time we can't go back and
We
take
have a
that
lot of
away.
good questions that I'm going to try
All right,
and
go two.
3.
Okay, we'll
Son
get a
of
quick answer.
Bitch.
It's a 4-player podcast. Let's do 4.
Alright. First question. This is a good one for Brad.
By the way, I can see your top 5 on the back here.
Ah, shit. No, that's last week's.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay. Alright. Question comes from School. Alright.
School.
This is a good one for you, Brad.
Okay.
Is perfection in a game obtainable? Can a game ever really be perfect?
Is
Brad?
that the end of the question?
Well, there's more, but I don't. It's kind of like a lead off.
That is the dumbest question I've ever heard. School is the dumbest person who's ever asked a dumb question because Ocarina of Time has already achieved perfection.
Ah! He was trying to get you at that, too. He was going to ask you about Ocarina because he thought you were going to take this...
Next question.
Can I chime in
No,
on mine?
seriously. It's a good way. Everyone throws the word perfect around like crazy.
I want to chime in on this.
All right, chime in, David. You're going for 4 slaps.
I'll never ever give a game a perfect score on a review because it's not possible. And that's why I technically do not have a favorite game of all time because my most favorite game.
But your
has
favorite
not
doesn't
been-
have to be perfect.
My favorite game ain't perfect. Actually, wait, it is. Ocarina of Time is perfect.
It's perfect. Perfect. You can't. Literally, I spent like 4 weekends in a row with my friends. You know, just the weekends because we're in school, and we were trying to find faults with Ocarina of Time, and we couldn't. I mean, it was ridiculous. We laughed the following weekend, like the entire weekend, just how stupid our quest was because the game's perfect. Go ahead.
You're both getting slapped with the show.
boy.
But,
Spanked, he means.
oh, son of a
What?
bitch. I'm gonna slap you fucking like, I'm just gonna punch you in the face. Alright. So, is that all you want to say about it, Brad? Do you have any real insightful answer to this? We all know a game can't be perfect. Anything else you want to add?
It's all relative.
You know what, Brad? I'm excluding you. Only David can answer these questions.
Excellent. Parkour.
Ocarina of Time? What? Go ahead.
Alright, second question. Oh my god, I'm gonna skip that one. But since we were talking about TVs earlier, Defishies asked us. Some games nowadays are designed, or most games nowadays are designed to be made for like played on specific TVs, mostly HD TVs.
Mm-hmm.
Should game creators focus more on creating games for these kind of TVs? And is it like if someone has a really crappy TV, do you consider it to be fair to them that they have crappy graphics just because they don't want to spend $1,000 on a new TV? Why or why not?
Well, first of all, which side is Defishies on? Does he have an HD TV or does he not have an HD TV?
You know, he didn't really say in the question. I'm assuming he probably has an SD TV.
SD TV.
Figured
Then
that out.
definitely we need all the game designers to make HD TV games capable.
No, but my
it
roommate...
sucks sometimes because Dead Rising. Remember when Dead Rising came out?
Yeah, it's not just Dead Rising. It's a lot of games.
You know,
that
like-
had text problem.
Yeah, the text problems because on SD TVs they're just not like.
I think
Yeah.
that's unacceptable.
Yeah, that's definitely unacceptable. Definitely, but
Is it avoidable though? Because I mean,
Of
you
course
can't-
it's
you
avoidable.
can't
Not,
have
not like
text- it's going to get to a
Mass
point.
Effect was very text heavy.
Here-
We can
here-
still see it on SD.
Here's the thing: it's going to get to a point where eventually HD TVs are the standard. HD is going
I'm
to be.
surprised it's not already.
It's going to be the standard in 2009, I think, in February. So eventually you're going to have to get it. If not, you're going to be the one like looking for VHS tapes, like when there's only DVDs on the shelves now. So it sucks. That's how technology works. You kind of have to keep up with it. And yeah, I think designers should take advantage of the HD because if they don't, they're just going to get left behind.
And I mean, he didn't mention the text thing, but texting is a very good point. I mean, there probably. I mean, I would think there would be an option menu for switching SD text or HD to SD text like that, but they don't really do that. But I mean, like my roommate has an SD TV. I watched him play Gears of War on that TV. It looked fine. It didn't look.
Well, no,
It
they
didn't
just
look crappy. It just didn't look all.
I played most of my games on an SD TV. They look fine.
yeah, they look fine, Nick. Don't worry about it.
Grand Theft Auto
What's
4
that
still
mean?
looks way better than San Andreas.
Tell the fishies.
The Fishies. Thanks for the music, by the way.
Yes, thanks for the music. That was nice. Even though it took us like an hour to get it timed, or 20 minutes. Also, all right, this is also from the Fishies. It was kind of a side question. Well, not really a side question.
Fishies has our final question.
Do you think the creators of a game should let their game become a movie, like Silent Hill or Doom, or should game creators be allowed to be involved in making a movie, since most have been bad? And how do we feel about current games being made into movies? So, what do you think affects the decision to make a game into a movie?
Money? Next question?
Yeah.
God
Always.
damn it, Brad! You totally defeat the purpose of the second segment. Every fucking answer is...
No, I
But
mean,
that is the clearest, quickest answer that we can give to that question. I mean, that's...
No, but seriously, some game movies can be good and some can be bad.
you know what my problem is with this?
If Uwe wants to do it, the answer is no.
It's Uwe Boll.
I
It's
don't
not
give a
just
shit,
Uwe
he's an
Boll.
asshole.
It's Uwe
The
Boll.
fucking... That
House of the Dead movie is
that-
not good.
that shitty director that does the Resident Evil movies, he makes bad movies too. I mean, I know you might like the Resident Evil movies, but that's because, honestly...
No.
I mean, but you like Silent Hill movie, you like Resident Evil movie because I think you're a big Resident Evil fan or a Silent Hill fan. as movies that stand alone, they're not great movies.
Here's my problem: is who are they targeting the audience at? Is like, are they trying to get video game people to watch the movie, or like video?
That's why I think a lot of them fall short. 'Cause a lot of them seem to be not that they seem kind of unsure as to who they're targeting.
Right. They
don't remain true to the game enough, and they make it just weird enough that people who don't play the games are kind of like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, here's the biggest tragedy of all. Freaking Advent Children, that's what everybody wanted. That's what, is probably going to be everybody's like, oh, Final Fantasy. But dude, Spirits Within, I think was probably the better movie, honestly. It was a better movie.
Well, it's also the movie that got a wide release over here.
Yeah, and it sucks that it got a wide release and it bombed and basically, stopped Square Enix from...
I kind of want to go watch it because I don't remember liking that movie at all.
Spirits Within, it was awesome, dude. I loved that movie.
That movie, when it came out, was so, like, visually, like, stunning. Like, there's nothing...
Anything that was even close. Advent Children's more amazing now, sure, definitely. But, dude, I in college, man, I just had Spirits Within just playing. Anytime, like, I was just doing stuff, I had that and Gone in 60 Seconds.
60 seconds?
Yeah.
That sounds like something you would make fun of me for doing.
No, it's Gone in 60 Seconds.
I like Gone in 60 Seconds.
I like it too, but if I had said that, David's reaction would have been like,
no, because
Gone in 60 Seconds?
I love that movie.
But if he likes that movie, why would that have been his reaction?
Exactly.
Because everything I say, he does that too. Everything.
But you like Resident Evil.
Burst Limit. Why did you play Burst Limit for?
Oh, you son of a bitch.
I was trying to give you some evidence to go by. You like Dragon Ball?
Is that it for questions?
Not really, but let's just move on.
Oh, come on.
Nick, you seem so down. Come on, man.
You're going out of town next week. We want to get as much Nick time as we can.
Well, we can't go over 2 hours.
This is like the harsh Nick show.
Ashton Kutcher showing up next week, though, while he's out of town. Okay, cool. Yeah, they won't have to deal with it for 3 weeks.
One more good question, Nick. No?
Maybe you should pick the questions because...
I can pick the questions.
You don't seem to like the questions that I pick.
I just like to give smart-ass responses. That doesn't mean they're bad questions.
Yeah, I do. Every time you say, that's the stupidest question I've ever heard.
It's not your fault. It's the chatters. It's the forum people. It's not Nick's fault.
You got to pick up on the joke and the sarcasm. Do
you have trouble going back and playing last gen and older games? I missed a lot of great games back on older consoles, and I can never seem to get back into them. After the next gen comes out, I'm not sure if it's me being spoiled by the advancements of the current gen, better graphics, insane detail. But I feel like I've missed a ton of great games, and I won't be able to really experience them because I played them after their prime.
Who is it? That's the question.
Adam Lazara.
Adam
Lazara? I don't know. GTA San Andreas, Final Fantasy 9, Eco. He said those are all games that he wanted to play through, but he can't play through them now because they just feel too outdated.
Really?
Yes.
But
they did now.
Final Fantasy 9.
Like we sit there trying to play like PS1 games that I feel kind of outdated. But PS2.
Like San Andreas, because now that GTA 4 is out and he's played it, he can never see himself going back to San Andreas. Final Fantasy 9 said he always wanted to play it through, but it just feels so dated he can't really get into it. And Eco, everyone tells him it's a great game, but every time he tries to play it, he gets bored and returns to Call of Duty 4.
I don't think that has anything to do with like when Eco came out. I think it has a lot to do with what type of game it is.
Exactly.
And it might not just be his game.
Dude, you have to understand, I played Eco like twice. I played through the first like 10 minutes, and I was like, what the hell am I doing? Didn't know what to do. And then the one time that I got through it and just figured out that first like 30 minutes or 40 minutes of the game, bam, just all the way through, I think, a lot of this is game genres and what...
I think as far as last gen goes, PS2, unless it's like a first-person shooter like prior to the like Halo, I mean, everything's pretty playable, accessible. PS1, like early 3D games and like early N64 and stuff, you're heading into dicey territory, but I have no problems popping in an old PS2 games. Your eyes kind of, at first it's like, well, this game kind of looks like crap, but your eyes kind of adjust, and like after a while you're used to it.
Your eyes to adjust. Like for me, when I started playing Prince of Persia today, for about 15, 20 minutes, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get into this. And then, like my whole, not just my eyes, but my whole mind frame, or set of mind, frame of mind.
Is it because of the look of it?
Just adjusted to it. Maybe I started to feel more like I was getting into the game, not worrying about whether it was current gen or last gen or whatever.
We've had some success like Brad.
I think you just got to give it. You got to push past it. There's always going to be that point where you're going to be like, this feels really lacking compared to today's standards. But once you get like an hour or so into it, you start to you'll be thinking about just the game and not worrying about everything else.
Brad's had a lot of success. Going back and playing the Xbox games. Call of Cthulhu and
Yeah.
what is it called? Urban Chaos.
Urban Chaos. You didn't forget the name. That's the greatest game
I
ever.
think there's people that didn't start playing games.
No, it's also I think a lot of it has to do with genre. Like if he's going back to play Call of Duty 4, I can totally understand why he doesn't like Ico or Eco. You know?
Yeah, I think if he's playing
It's
if he's
completely
playing
different
Call of Duty
games.
4, I mean, I love Call of Duty 4, but I also love Eco. But I mean, some people only like certain genres.
Some games, certain
Eco is like the
genres.
total opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing more weird is like Luminous, the music puzzle game.
Certain games show their age better. I think Eco is going to be a game that ages a lot better than Shadow of the Colossus, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
It's
Just
more
because,
stylized. Very,
I mean,
like,
it doesn't have like the control and camera issues that Shadow of the Colossus has, which, over time when that stuff gets perfected, I mean, it's going to be hard.
well,
It's going to be like playing an old
perfect
PlayStation 1 game.
if the game can't be perfect.
Well, you're right. It was perfected prior to the release of Shadow of the Colossus. See,
I wasn't trying to do that.
you know
I was
what it
just
was?
trying to-
Hold on.
Oh, no.
What, you know what
What's
you're
the next question?
when you hold on, when you're your little guy in Shadow of the Colossus, when you were going up to a Colossus, they should have had Z targeting. If you would have pressed Z, you could have locked on the Colossus and it would have been an instant kill.
God damn it! It always comes back to Ocarina of Time.
We should probably play that sometime on the show.
Yeah, maybe we should.
Oh, well.
That's we got to go on
That's
discussion
our last
about this
question.
because wow, these transitions are terrible. Next is our 4-player podcast roundtable discussion.
Well, I think you made it terrible.
Where we have the discussion topics: 1, innovation, and 2,
That was the
Co-op
shittiest
games.
transition I've ever heard, Brad. Shittiest.
Damn it, Brad.
Shittiest. All right, that's fine.
I think actually podcasts focus too much on trying to make that seamless transition. And when they finally get it seamless, right? When they finally get it seamless, they're like they have to become like they have to comment on the fact that it was seamless, which totally kills the seamlessness of the transition. So it's so counterproductive. They're like, wow, that's a really good transition. Like they do it every time, which totally kills it. So go ahead, Nick. Wait, or
You're the host, bitch.
yeah, go ahead.
We're talking about innovation. And
Yeah, innovation in games. Basically, and this kind of ties into what we were talking about before with a little bit of Ratchet and Clank, maybe a little bit of Silent Hill. What makes a game innovative first? What do y'all think?
I don't know. What do you think, Brad? Ocarina of Time is obviously innovative.
Dude, yours. It was pretty innovative for its time.
Yeah, with the revolutionary Z targeting. Is it a game? You think it's gameplay mechanics? You think it's premise or what? Because a lot of games today don't. Well, some of them seem.
The thing is, most anything is not original. Most stuff is copies of something or
Sort of. I mean, in a way, but I guess you can kind of say
Adjustment.
anything is,
a
draw
copy of
inspiration from something.
Yeah, so I think innovative. It sucks because a lot of times people just don't know it, and so the first time they play it, they're like, "Oh wow, that's amazing."
Yeah.
But also a lot of it has to do with changing up the formula enough so that you can't recognize, exactly where it is. I think that has a lot to do with innovation because most stuff is everything is somewhat.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a problem that we have in the industry. So, but okay, so what do you think makes a game innovative?
Well, for me, things that stand out that make a game innovative. For me, plot has a lot to do with it, but I mean,
Plot?
original plot. That's part of what turns me on to Silent Hill every time. That's what makes me more excited about Silent Hill than Resident Evil. Because Resident Evil, you can always kind of tell. Resident Evil 5 might be an exception, but...
So do you see innovation in plot as the story getting better or the way it's presented improving? Because
both. Because
I could see the latter being real innovation. But
stories in games have not been very...
Exactly. I mean, I see it so far behind that in terms of film or books and stuff that if you focus on the story itself, then since it's so far behind, it's hard to say just because the story's better than the last one that it's innovative. Final Fantasy VII was a step ahead of Final Fantasy 3's story in that it actually had one, but that doesn't mean it's that doesn't mean it was a huge innovation. I mean, it's hard to say it's an innovation just because it is so far behind other mediums. So. But definitely, the way a story is presented is I think you can make a huge step, as far as innovation in that area, which is also why people say like the original Half-Life was so innovative because of not the story itself, not the plot, but the way they presented it.
I totally agree with that, and also like taking a game like Call of Duty 4 compared to all the other Call of Duties, the actual gameplay wasn't revolutionary, but switching it up and putting it in an entirely new setting, and it just made it feel so much more different than any of the other ones. Yeah, it was fresh and it was innovative, and it just made it feel so much fresher.
So what I want to talk about is like I guess what.
Huh? Fresher. So
I couldn't think of the word.
It's so bad.
I think it's more fresher.
more fresher.
Okay, so I want to tie this into like maybe sequels because that's obviously where like the most victim of like lack of innovation occurs, right? When a series comes out with the sequel.
Brother, Tony Hawk's taking a year off, right?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Maybe that'll give him enough.
That's because they were screwed over by Skate, which was an innovative game, by the way.
There you go.
So do you think sequels? Well, first of all, does something have to be innovative to be good?
No, I wouldn't say that. That's quite a bold statement, actually.
I mean, I'm talking about.
No, that's a good question because
yeah.
Remember, Nick, what you said earlier about Silent Hill and how if there's a Silent Hill game,
I will buy Silent Hill every time. Wait, what did I say?
You said you were going to forget, damn it.
I know I did. Well, actually, remind me. What did I say?
I don't remember. I'd like to ask you to remember.
I basically implied that I will always play Silent Hill. They wouldn't have to change a thing, and I would still play every single time.
Okay, so I have two questions for that.
Okay.
One, this is the random one off topic. Like, think about it. Can you guys think of a game that you knew was going to be crap when it came out, and you just knew it, but for some reason you're like, I'll give it a shot and buy it anyways.
If you say what I think you're gonna say,
no,
I know.
No, just keep moving along.
For yourself. For yourself.
For myself. Can it be a game that we suspect might be bad?
But we know.
That we think might have a chance of being bad.
No, I'm not saying in the future. I'm saying like in the past. Because there's been like I'm trying to think like the big thing is why I'm asking this. Well, why I'm asking this is because like you're talking about innovation and stuff.
Yeah.
Like this week, why I was thinking about this is because I tried to play Automation 2, and I'm enjoying the game, but then sometimes I'm just like, man, why am I playing this? And there's been a couple games where I've been playing, and it's just like, why am I playing this game? Is it just to beat it, or is it just because I need to finish it, or because I spent money on it and I feel bad if I don't? Like that's why I picked up Ratchet & Clank. I was like, I like music games, I like puzzle games, and I like platformers. So like, why am I not playing Ratchet & Clank? And then yesterday, I picked it up, I put it in, I was complaining like, oh, this is the same crap. But again, I sat there and played it like for a big chunk. And I would have kept playing it
before, yeah.
And I would have kept playing it today had we not have other stuff to do. So, like, I'm wondering if we're like tied down to our certain genres and like innovation regardless. But like, is it something that we're going to play our genres and enjoy them regardless of And is that?
Well, I mean, our opinions on change over time. Yeah, you're a huge platformer fan, but maybe you're not as much of one as before. Like I used to be, buy like every fucking JRPG that came out. But I started to like realize that maybe some of the older ones that I played weren't that great, and that maybe all these ones that are coming out aren't that great either. And I started, I've definitely changed my opinions over time, and I'm now pretty picky about which Japanese RPG I pick up. So
yeah, but for me too, I'm just wondering as far as like, should I have just picked up? Like, because I'm enjoying Ratchet. I'm playing it, even though I hate all the like everything in the game feels like I've done it.
But see, that's a huge question. Like, I think people look at innovation like in sequels as something. Well, see, the thing with innovation in sequels is it's kind of tricky.
It's hard, right?
It's kind of tricky because you get to that point where like if they innovate too much, is it really even
a sequel?
Is it really even like a sequel? Is it the full on,
Sometimes they stray way too far. Like,
people actually complain.
The original Devil May Cry was actually originally intended to be Resident Evil 4, and then they scrapped it and made it an entirely different game.
That was like shitivation. That was an innovation. That was,
that's taking innovation a step too far.
Yeah, and they definitely tried some new things. And the cool thing is they actually like kept some of those mechanics from Devil May Cry 2 and like brought it into 3 and improved upon it, which is a good thing to see. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, is innovation always good even if it leads to bad things? I mean, or like, you know, broken mechanics, is it still good to see
it's good to
a
branch
series
out and try
innovating?
something.
Sometimes innovation leads to like poor sales, and so
Yeah, I mean, maybe a bit. I so strongly believe that sales is just tied to like, you know, marketing and like word of mouth anyway. So, I mean, maybe not yeah, really just marketing.
Well,
So-
I think Resident Evil is like probably one of the prime examples of innovation. Because look at Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, 0, Code Veronica. From all of those games, none of them were very innovative. I mean, the original Resident Evil might have been innovative for its time just because it was trying something new.
the first one, no, the second one was amazing, dude.
No, the first and second were both pretty
I mean,
innovative.
they were pretty innovative for their time because that was like the first.
Well, the first one was
Really-
like, immensely
First
innovative.
one is
Yeah,
They created a genre.
No, and then 2 is completely innovative too, because it's completely
Why? So was that in a different setting?
no, because
No,
first of all,
they
it had
actually
it set up
did.
like a horror, like an actual like the storytelling and the way it's
Yeah.
set up. Second, 2 discs.
Yeah, the
Two
different
characters,
the way they
and
tie
they like
together.
kind of entwine. You can play both people's stories completely different. I mean, they're the same exact world, but they just chopped it up, made it almost
see
2
that.
games.
I see that, but gameplay mechanics wise,
8-1.
not much innovation throughout the series.
Right,
And then we hit 4, and it totally changes up the whole dynamic of the series.
Yeah.
And then now we're having 5,
But see,
which
the-
is
the complaint
totally
about 4
different than 4.
complain about
Wait,
4
what do
is
you mean
also
totally different than 4? Like 4 looks. I mean, 5 looks a lot like 4.
Okay, yeah.
Like in terms of the engine.
Yeah, true. 4. What made 4 innovative was new camera, new fast-paced gameplay, not zombies, different different creatures, entirely unique setting. It was a foreign country. It didn't have anything to do with Umbrella Corporation. This time around, it looks like they might even be going back to Umbrella, but they set an entirely new location, and they're adding this whole, you know, sunlight and bright locations rather than dark, damp places like in the original one.
Yeah.
And adding things like that and changing locales, and they've even said that this is not zombies and this is not the Ganado from Resident Evil 4. So this is also something new. So it seems like
All of that, again, that's all like
again,
plot.
Ganado, I
it's
don't
like-
think was very innovative.
Those
I
are
think
like plot.
4
changes,
was
though.
4 was crazy, but again, there's a complaint that Resident Evil 4 is not Resident Evil, just because all of a sudden it's not a survival horror game; it's an action game. And
I considered it a survival horror game.
But which one?
It just
Resident
was. I
Evil.
don't think it was quite as scary as the other ones because it was more.
Well,
fast.
yeah, it's still a survival horror. The only reason that people seem to not call it that because like Leon was so strong that you weren't doing much surviving, you were doing more ass kicking. But I mean, it still falls into that genre. I think Resident Evil also created that genre, and people seem to have to think that it has to have like those cinematic camera angles to be a survival horror. But I don't think that's true either. I mean, I think like Condemned is a survival horror game, like more so than just a first person.
And
whatever the
speaking
fuck it
of
is.
Condemned, that was also very, very innovative.
Yeah, I mean, with melee
Mixing
combat, I think
first
so.
person with horror, kind of like what David was talking about.
No, but they definitely were not the first guys to do first person in horror.
But I think it was the first one that did it really, really well. I can't remember the last.
People think System Shock 2 is like the scariest game ever. That's like old as shit. I'm just saying, like Doom 3 also came before Condemned.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Doom 3.
I'm just saying, like so did Doom 1.
A lot of people say Doom 3 isn't a survival horror.
Well, that's sort of like a Twitch-based monster shooter. But I think Doom 3 was a survival horror. Maybe the first 2 Dooms. More.
yeah, three's creepy, dude. They got stuff falling.
Yeah, 3.
You have to put your light up instead of your gun and shit.
So okay. So well, we came to the conclusion that sequels maybe they can be too innovative, but it's always good to see some step.
It's always good to see some innovation, but
Some
it's
shit.
also good to keep it in check, not take it too far. But I mean,
It's difficult. It's difficult
I don't
being a
know.
developer, huh?
If Shadow of the Colossus was called Eco 2, would you have been pissed?
We have been pissed.
Yeah.
As far as what?
Because it being called Shadow of the Colossus, you're like, whatever, it's a different game, even though it's like the same spiritual universe or whatever. But if it was called Eco 2, it's like, oh, this is a sequel, it's way too different, let's bash on it.
Well, I don't know because originally it was called Nico, right?
Yeah, which is,
It's neat for 2 and Eco.
so, I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting, but, I mean, let's... Oh, do you think, just real quick, do you think there's ever, like, series out there that kind of hold back innovation for the sequels? I mean, like, hold back features so they can make the sequels seem innovative, like adding in a
Definitely.
mechanic for
Definitely.
the sequel to make it seem more
Definitely.
different than the
Oh,
original.
so like holding a mechanic.
Like Madden supposedly is notorious for
Like,
this.
like spreading out your cards so you
Yeah.
don't use them all at once and then have nothing else to do.
So
I
each
think,
sequel-
I think GTA 4 is a huge example of that. I think they cut out a lot of stuff from this game so they can use it in the next game. But then again, a lot of the stuff that I think they cut out is stuff they did in the previous ones. But
He's
there's still
talking about like where they have the technology, they could put it in the
yeah,
game.
dude, they could do that with GTA 4, but they chose not to.
What do you mean?
Like
No. I think them taking out a lot of stuff was in San Andreas was a design choice. They wanted to make it a different game, and that's what they did. I don't think they're going to bring that back, unless there's a strong demand for it.
I don't know.
Maybe like in San Andreas 2 or whatever.
I think they'll probably bring it back for.
So let's move on to like our second topic that we want to discuss real quick, just because we're a little bit pressed for time, and that's just like co-op games. And this sort of ties in.
That's the problem. Co-op games are the lost genre right now, I think.
Well, I mean,
outside of like the 2D shooter.
that's because back in the day everything was on the same screen, and you know people were okay with split screen, whatever, and just like the old school co-op brawlers and whatnot. And I think now, like, you know, the market has changed, and most games are played online, and there's technical limitations when making a game online and making it co-op. So I think that's why it's been slowly trickling back. But sure enough, I think it is coming back in a big way, especially with a game that I'm really excited about, which...
This is crazy, huh? Is it really? It's a 4-player co-op game.
Yeah. It's a game that's designed as a 4-player co-op game, and it's a game that I hear you have to
playing,
use.
then.
I mean,
I think I'd have a lot more fun playing this than I would Marvel Ultimate.
So is
Left 4
it
Dead.
is it four? Yeah, is it 4 different consoles with 4 different TVs, system link, or is this split screen crap?
Oh,
no, it's a Valve game. It's all about...
It's Valve?
Yeah.
Dude,
Dude, I haven't been paying attention. All I saw was that picture.
Dude, you need to like
Valve.
watch that interview thing I posted, and like what I had a segment on it because they recently went to a trade show and they had played it a whole bunch, and like them talking about it got me like fucking insane about it. I mean, I'm kind of spoiling my.
Is online or do you have to be all in local?
It's online.
Okay.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, there's been some limitations to like what co-op can be nowadays because you know of the online limitations with it. I mean, just with bandwidth and stuff. I mean, it's just harder to do a game, you know, that's co-op with all this stuff going on, like the story going on, versus a typical multiplayer game where all the factors going on in the game are just the players playing it, not the whole world around it. I think.
I kind of get the feeling that this is going to turn out to be a little kind of like
ambitious.
No, kind of like Resident Evil Outbreak. They kind of tried to do the same thing there, but
Outbreak was for.
I think Left 4 Dead is gonna like. I mean, Left 4 Dead's gonna work.
2 seconds into Outbreak, I knew it was gonna suck.
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Left 4 Dead also.
This is totally different, man. I think.
Yeah.
It sounds like the way he
But
talked.
see, I was kind of disappointed in Outbreak because, first of all,
You couldn't
single
communicate
player-
with the person you're playing.
Single players, yeah, that was weird, right?
Well, don't even talk about single player.
I think let's not
See,
focus
I don't
much on
know- I
Outbreak.
don't-
It was a bomb. It's
You
I
don't
don't,
talk
I don't
about
know if I
single
want to. I don't know if I want to pay $60 for a game that I can't play by myself. I mean, you can play Left 4 Dead in a single player mode, but I know it's going to be incredibly less.
Then don't-
entertaining.
Well, no, it's designed as a 4-player co-op game, and you have to play this game co-op. Okay, what makes a good co-op game good, or what makes a co-op game good?
Communication is definitely
Good communication. The fact that you feel like you need the other person, like to progress in this game.
Gears of War, dude. That game sucks single player. I could not stand it. But when Brad and I played together, completely different dynamic.
You know,
Because I could die, no problem. I'm like, Brad, please come save me. I'm about to die. You run over there. All of a sudden, I'm back in business.
and that's a really cool mechanic that made co-op that much more interesting.
I mean, we're sitting there just saving each other's ass the entire game. It was great.
I've seen some games do it where like one guy dies and the mission's over, or like he's dead to the next checkpoint or whatever, which kind of sucks.
like
I like the
Halo,
way-
where he just spawns it back.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that system of just kind of getting safe and having this fun is still a little better than what I've seen other games do it in the past, which is just, restart from the last checkpoint, which kind of sucks. Left 4 Dead is doing something that's like, I mean, like, you can't not be successful in that game unless you rely on you know, the help of your teammates. From what I'm saying, like there's certain monsters where
gonna be great.
there's certain monsters where if they're attacking you and you don't have another guy to save your ass, you will die. And the fact that just like sheer amounts of numbers you just can't handle by yourself. You can't just run off into a room because you'll see 20 zombies sitting there and they will rush at you fast and you will die. And it's cool because Left 4 Dead, you're pretty big on that, right?
I'm excited about it. I'm
glad. I'm glad Nick is lukewarm on this because this shit's gonna fucking assuming you have a connection there, because the idea is all 4 of us are gonna play this game.
First of all,
together.
when is it coming out? I don't remember.
It's Valve, so it takes years.
No, it's coming out fall. They've been working on it for a long time. A lot of people at these trade events have been saying that, you could release this game as it is now, it will be fine. But they've been iterating on it, they've been perfecting it, and it's going to get done. It's going to be done. They've been working on it for a long time. The thing is they said they tied in this whole, like in Valve fashion, it's dynamic, AI and dynamic, co-op. They know when, if you're having... it's dynamically decided to tune up the difficulty, based on what's going on with the 4 of you, which is kind of cool. You have to listen to that interview. I can't talk it up like he can because I don't know the details, but it sounds pretty fucking amazing. You watched the interview, right?
Yeah, I think here's one thing. I think co-op. I love the idea of co-op, but I don't think they do enough to do things like they force the team to split up. And one team won't be able to accomplish an objective unless the other team succeeds in their objective.
You played Gears single player, right?
Yes, I loved it.
Did you play 2-player?
A little bit. That's on it. I wasn't. See, that game is.
But
cool.
you like when co-op games do that?
Do what?
When they split you
when
up?
You make you.
No, not for the entire game, but if you get to a point and you realize you got to accomplish an objective in order to maybe.
That's fun. In Gears of War, remember when we did the spotlight thing?
Here's the
that thing was pretty cool.
You have to have direct It can't be like the Matrix, where this team needs to knock out this power station while the other team knocks out that power station, and then you meet together. I'm talking about Gears of War. You know that part with the light? I don't know how it went in single player. There's those bats that keep flying in and eating you out, and then so one person has to direct the light while the other person runs. I was up there guiding this spotlight as Brad was running and shooting guys, and then every time I was like, stop, 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 he'd stop. I'd jump off, try to shoot a couple guys, help him out, and then I'd get back on the spotlight, and he'd keep going to the end. That's
cool.
That's co-op at its finest. You can't get any better. Yeah. Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, that's why I want you to play it with me. When we play Chaos Theory together, co-op.
Do you really think it can't get any better than that, though?
Well, I think it can and it will get better.
That's good. That sounds like a lot of
Left 4 Dead's going to do some great fucking things with co-op, but it's also not going to do that split-up mechanic because it's designed as a game you stick the fucking together or y'all are all dead. So, it's not going to have that kind of thing.
Yeah, come on, no Leroy Jenkins
I'm talking
here.
about, it's also supposed to be kind of scary, right? It's about zombies. It's supposed to get under your skin a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Imagine having to split the team up to accomplish 2 different objectives.
Are they not doing that at all?
And trying to survive.
Oh, I don't know.
Trying to
we don't know that much about
a
the
couple
game.
minutes by yourself or with
only
one other person. And not knowing whether that other team is doing okay while you're trying to accomplish your objective will make it that much more tense.
And then you walk back into each other.
Open
a door and both of you guys, ah!
Fuck that. I'm talking about dude, meet in the kitchen or whatever. And you split up your radios to a dead. You meet in that kitchen. You see your teammates are dead in the room full of zombies. That would be kind of cool. That would be pretty fucking cool. I like zombies.
This would be interesting, dude. I would love to see them. Co-op is great, but if they were to split
Curtis
up
is going to chime in. She likes zombies.
He said that?
It's just something he said. I'm glad he's not watching. So, as far as co-op goes, games that do it successfully, I do think Gears of War does it successfully. I'm curious to see 2 human do it well. It's funny though that they recently announced that it's no longer going to be 4-person co-op, that they're toning it down to 2. I think Dennis Dyack, he makes some good games, but he's generally full of shit also, a lot. So, he said it's because we did a lot of playtesting and it's more fun with 2 people than with 4 people.
No, it's not as fun as it could be.
I think they ran into some technical issues and stuff.
Or maybe it's just not that fun 4-player, and why do you need 2 extra people running around?
Could be. I think sometimes Splinter Cell, it's a really nice intimate affair, just you and the other guy.
Dude, yeah.
4 people.
If you want to have a co-op experience, Chaos Theory.
System Link Chaos Theory. I want to play Chaos Theory this
What I want to understand is why was the last Splinter Cell such a failure? Why did they do those co-op story sequences. I don't get it. They had like missions you could do like online that were sort of co-op, but there wasn't. You know what we need to try? Rainbow Six Vegas 2 Terrorist Hunt, because that's the kind of thing where it's almost like fucking Left 4 Dead, but these enemies are coming at you with like pretty like smart AI, and you're trying to kill as many of them as you can, stuff like that. So we should look into that sometime as far as co-op. So I mean, I'm kind of like looking forward to see what's going forward, but I think there's a lot of, I think there's a sort of a resurgence of it now. Like before, you would see like last generation a lot of online games, but not a lot of co-op online games, like little if none. But now because bandwidths are increasing and because technology is getting a little bit better, we're going to start to see more of it, and that's a pretty cool thing. But yeah, Left 4 Dead. Hopefully, all four of us will be playing. Hopefully, I'll get somebody else here playing 2 Human with me because I'm pretty big on Diablo loot collectors. Diablo-like.
That'll be Travis.
And yeah, did you know he told me he started playing Diablo 2 again? And
That's what I said, Travis.
Like I don't know if he's still playing, but the thing is like Travis doesn't. I don't think he has to get him being a young, youthful guy or whatever. He has one of them Sesame Street attention spans where he can't play more than one game for like a couple hours or whatever. If I start playing Diablo 2 again, I'm going to be playing it for like months. So I don't know if I should do that. But. Yeah, we were going to talk about a little bit about genres today, but let's put that off again. Also because I don't even know for sure that if we haven't already discussed it a little bit in the past.
It was on a much older show.
So let's move on to in the news. Go ahead, Nick.
I got several things that happened this week. First one I'm going to mention is id officially announced Doom 4 is in production.
Really?
You know
Surprise.
this.
Yeah, I know. It's not a surprise.
You know this.
Cool.
First of all, I mean, they did it kind of a weird way, which I think has become more popular now. Instead of just coming out with an official announcement, they posted like a help wanted ad saying they're recruiting people to work on Doom 4. I'm kind of excited about it. I just really hope.
You know why? That's cheaper. You don't have to pay for the press release. They just post the job listing and let everybody else do the little frantic frenzy.
Doom 4, it's going to be out.
Going back to innovation, though, I kind of hope they maybe do something different with it. Those rumors is going to be the first one that's going to take place on Earth or something like that instead of on Mars or whatever it was last time.
But who's at id anyways anymore? I thought a lot of people from id left. And Carmack's the only one still there.
I mean, I'm sure there's still people there
Doom
that
has always
worked
been
on the old Dooms.
A lot of people said Doom has always been kind of the franchise they use to show off their new technology. So I mean, this is supposed to be the Rage engine is the one they've been working on recently.
No, I think they're going to do a new Doom engine for Doom 4.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Because it's not going to be out anytime soon.
PC.
Yeah. I'm excited about it. I just hope they do something different with it. Take it somewhere new. Don't just make it a nicer looking Doom 3 new story. Second of all, Banjo-Kazooie 3.
That actually looks really cool.
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited about it.
You finally saw that trailer, right, that I was talking about?
I saw it.
Thank goodness for, yeah. I am worried though.
I'm glad that's not a traditional, a 3D platformer. I like how they're using new, they're kind of tapping into the whole Little Big Planet, kind of thing where customization and physics-based stuff. So it could be cool. What are you worried about though?
Worried?
You said you're worried about something with Banjo-Kazooie?
It's Rare. When was the last time Rare put out something
Viva
more?
Pinata? When they do stuff different, it could work.
Right, but you don't see Viva Pinata being played when Grand Theft Auto 4 is all on the things.
Well, I'm saying, yeah. I mean, whether it sells or not,
That was so funny.
whether it sells or not, I do think I think it could be good because it is
sells,
different.
yeah, great. They didn't sell very well, but yeah, I don't see Viva Pinata. It's not necessarily going to win Game of the Year, and GoldenEye, Perfect Dark.
Viva Pinata was a pretty big sleeper hit.
No, I and that's why I own it. I never played it. That's why I own it because I meant to play it. It's just,
And they announced the new Viva Pinata, which is something I could get into. Supposedly they're going to tone down the hecticness of that game, which kind of bothers me. I've played it, I own it, and I've played a certain amount of it, but sort of like RTSs, I just get so much that starts going on. I'm like, I'm losing control, and I get really frustrated. Supposedly they're going to tone it down to where it's a little more casual, something like Animal Crossing.
It's going to have a KOTOR pause menu system or whatever, right?
What?
Where you can stop everything and then do all your commands and then play again.
Yeah, hopefully that'll be cool. What else in the news, buddy?
There was an interview with Hideo Kojima about Metal Gear Solid 4. Now Metal Gear Solid 4 is officially wrapped up. It's finished. It's ready. I don't think it's gone gold yet or anything, but it is finished. You wanted to talk a little bit about the interview, right? Some speculation.
Yeah.
They asked him basically how he felt about the future of the franchise. He always likes to say that that's his last one. And he basically said in the interview, if I recall, that if they continue... Because they said the reason he came back for the fourth one after he said the third one was going to be his last is because fans wrote to him and said they really, really want him to work on it. So he decided to work on it because they demanded it, basically.
That's the thing. Well, they will make a Metal Gear Solid even if Kojima doesn't want to be part of it, right?
He says...
Konami owns the rights.
I'm worried that they might be trying to muscle like Kojima into doing something he doesn't want to do.
I mean, he's even mentioned that he wants to go work on,
Zone of Ninjas. He's hinted at that. He wants to work on that, but, I have some, hopefully I'm pulling it up here. For some reason, I couldn't seem to, locate it. I have some, speculation of something that could happen. There's been a couple of interesting Kojima quotes, over the past week. And one of them is sort of him bashing, Japanese development.
Yeah.
And I have a quote here. I mean, you probably read the quote. He's
sure mentioned it.
Saying, unfortunately, overseas game production companies, which are well-funded and extremely skilled, have surpassed us by a couple of steps. It was once said that Japan molded the world's video game industry, but it's becoming a thing of the past. Sad as it may be, it's the truth. I mean, that's a bold statement coming from a Japanese, such a well-regarded Japanese developer. And, I also have a quote here of him mentioning about Zone of the Enders. And, there's that quote, maybe about a month ago, where he was a little upset with
Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid 4, and not so much Metal Gear Solid 4, but the PS3 not letting him do, some of the things he wanted to do with Metal Gear Solid 4. I'm wondering, could we see something if they try to muscle him into Metal Gear Solid 4? I mean Metal Gear Solid 5 or whatever. Could we see Kojima possibly leaving Konami? Maybe joining up with somebody a Western publisher, because we've seen Japanese developers do that before. Join Microsoft, studios or whatever. The dude who did Phantom Dust, left Sega and joined some Microsoft Studios, to work on that. And could we see Kojima doing something that bold? If he seems really upset with even though he's about to release what everybody is expecting to be an amazing fucking game. Could we see something like this? I mean, is there anything holding him to Konami? I don't know. It's interesting to see a lot of negativity. Also, there's an Altair costume.
That I was going to comment. That's a piece of crap.
In Metal Gear Solid 4.
That was just an April Fool's joke.
No, it's true now.
There's a
That wasn't an April Fool's joke.
There's a costume in Metal Gear Solid 4.
That's fucking
Wow.
April Fool's truth or something.
That's weird.
So it's interesting.
Why
Is
is this tied back to Jade Raymond?
What?
Why is this tied back?
I think
to Jade?
Kojima's going to go work for Ubisoft. I don't know. Speaking of in the news,
Kojima met Jade Raymond, right? They had some sort of talk or whatever, and that's why
Kojima really. I think he complimented Jade Raymond's team. Said that he was really impressed with the
Jade
work
Raymond's team.
I don't know.
What they've been doing.
It could be interesting seeing Kojima
They've been kind of hinting at it. Maybe that's.
I wouldn't mind
freelance.
Kojima working for Ubisoft, except for the fact that I think he deserves a better name and stuff. Ubisoft, I was sitting there looking.
I've actually been really impressed with Ubisoft.
Speaking of Ubisoft, bro,
that's fine, but all that Imagine Cats and Imagine Pets and Imagine Master Chef and Chief and
yeah, but that's because they're so big now. They got to make that stupid
disgusting
shit to fund other projects.
But speaking of Ubisoft.
The dude who did Beyond Good and Evil is working on Beyond Good and Evil too.
What's his fucking name?
But there isn't. He doesn't have the green light from Ubisoft to publish it yet or something. But it is being worked on, which is kind of interesting. At least in pre-production.
I play the first one.
Ubisoft.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking good. So
and they had the best freaking text entering system ever made. It's never implemented in any other game. Someone needs to use that text. Instead of this D-pad, dial pad shit that every freaking Microsoft and
So any other news though?
Two very, very, very quick things.
Okay.
First of all, Famitsu had a 9-page article about Resident Evil 5. I kind of posted about it. I posted some new concept art in the blog. You want to check that out with some new details. New female character reveal. Pretty cool. They haven't really said anything better yet.
Looks like Zefina.
Looks kind of like Claire in my opinion, but that's just me. There's going to be a new trailer for Resident Evil 5 on May 30th. Cool. I am not going to be in the States for that.
No!
Really hope
Check
I can
the blog.
I think you should cancel your trip.
Yeah, you should check 4Player Podcast.
I'm going to try and access. I hope I can access it.
If you had an iPhone, you probably could.
Yeah, I know.
Good. Just kidding.
Second of all, Siren, the game we played the other night,
Yeah.
That's crazy. This guy's a fucking lunatic.
is coming to the States.
It's coming to the States.
PlayStation Network exclusive.
PlayStation Network download only.
That's fine.
And I'm not going to play it. I'm going to...
No, you're not going to buy it.
I'm not
He's not going to buy the download.
I'm only going to import it if I can get it in disc form.
He's going to import the UK version.
I have some news. That's crazy. Nick's fucking crazy, but we got to move
Why is
on.
that fucking crazy? I don't know. I'm not going to play download.
I'm thinking about importing something. Fucking Soul Calibur 4. Did you see the pics they posted? They're covering up her boobs in the US version, dude.
Oh shit.
That's not gonna fly, dude. I think we should import the Japanese PS3 version. I think I might do that.
Okay, great.
Also in the news, Platinum Games finally. There's a couple of big things with Platinum Games. Once they announced that they're publishing 3 games, or they're developing 3 games with Sega, which is kind of interesting because they used to be with Capcom or whatever.
Maybe Sega will have something good behind their names.
Well, all 3 of these games do seem sort of like not only kind of cool, but very much like something Clover would do. One of them is a very, very stylish, like it's like all black and white, like manga art that's very bloody with a lot of red blood. And
What are you doing this for?
I don't know. You're being fucking retarded. What am I talking? Who am I talking to?
I'm not doing
I'm listening.
Stop! What the hell are you
Drive
doing?
me nuts.
Specifically you. You're a big Clover guy. This is Clover.
Right, again, but I typically avoid stuff like this, man.
What?
Like I kind of keep my
Well, whatever. I
blinders
mean,
on until like it's about
well, if
closer to
okay, well, so I'll talk to the audience. If you're fans of Clover, this is like Platinum Games was the studio that was formerly Clover. They just kind of lost that name when they broke off from Capcom, and they showed 3 games. One of them is this Mad World game, which is this really stylized black and white like manga art game with very like gruesome like combat, and there's lots of cool red blood. If you haven't seen the trailer, you got to check it out. Also, they showed a teaser trailer of this game called Bayonetta, which is like they didn't show much at all, but I get Devil May Cry vibes, but like the chick has guns strapped to her like feet, so
Guns strapped to her feet.
among other parts of her body.
Sold.
So it's interesting, and they even have this one where like she kicks this guy in the face, and as she's kicking him, she shoots his like face, shoots him in the face too, and it's like fucking ridiculous. It's crazy, and I hope it's over the top. Hopefully, it's like I get some God Hand vibes from that too.
fingers.
That could be really cool. Also, they're working on a DS RPG, which is supposed to be a really detailed like space like RPG, like spaceship, sim or whatever.
Spaceship game.
Which is kind of strange, which is kind of cool. It's different for them, but it's also something really intriguing. Supposedly, you're supposed to be able to customize your crew and your ship like in detail a lot. It's just nice to see, them back doing new, different things. So that could be cool. I mean, they're definitely showing like the style and the over the topness that they're used to. So I'd like to see more of this. Check out the trailers. I think they have. They don't have one for that new spaceship thing. I don't think, but. Anyways,
one last thing.
Real quick, Little Big
Oh, I know. This is really quick. Little Big Planet, the original intention was to release it using levels in the game that were designed by people playing the open beta.
They're not doing that anymore.
Yeah, they canceled the open beta, so all the levels are going to be designed.
But they also gave a solid October release date, which is a good thing.
Very good.
About a year later, after
It's going to be great. And we're going to have a 4-player podcast level. It's going to be awesome.
But
oh wow, cool.
Okay, well, real quick, since we're running out of time, let's hit up the 4-player minute. This is the time of the show where we go around the table. It's kind of new, I guess. We go around the table, and each one of us answer in roughly a minute.
A minute. It has to be a minute.
A minute exactly, or we're gonna
kick him in the balls.
Or you get shot in the head.
We list one shameful secret, video game related. One thing we're worried about, what used to be our sweaty palms. One thing we're worried about in the future, and video game related, and one game we're hyped about. So go ahead first, Nick.
Okay, I'll start with sweaty palm. This is something I've kind of talked about in previous shows, but it's finally starting to become relevant to me a little bit, and that's downloadable exclusives are really starting to scare me because Siren is something I was really excited about, and I am not going to play it if it's only downloadable exclusive.
Which is crazy, fair enough.
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy to you, but I do not want
David's going to be a dick and probably cut you off, so you better go.
Okay, well, so that's terrifying me a little bit. I'm getting kind of hyped about, I'm a little excited about Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit, to be honest. And that's kind of a shameful secret and my hype machine. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to reserve it. I'm not going to buy it day one, but I am probably going to buy it when I get a used copy. What are you doing?
And do you have a shameful secret?
What was a shameful secret? Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit.
Oh, that is a shameful secret. Go ahead, David.
Is that all?
Go.
All three of us?
Go!
Hold on one second. I want to be able to time mine perfectly. At 30-second
Jesus,
mark.
David.
You son of a bitch.
Here's the best.
We are running out of time.
No, we're okay. We're fine because we had like 10 minutes in the beginning. We're done. Thank you for listening to my 4-player minute. My sweaty palm this week. First-party Nintendo games. Where are they? We got Mario Sluggers coming out, the baseball game, and then after that, I mean, we fit this week, but what first-party Mario games coming out later on this year? None, exactly. Second one, shameful secret. I'm getting kind of excited about the Sonic RPG. I know it's probably not a shameful secret, but the
Dialogue trees the Sonic character.
I mean, it's Sonic, so we got to figure out what exactly to do about that. I'm kind of getting excited. The cover art made me kind of want to buy it, so that's kind of interesting. Third game, the game I'm excited about, Ninja Gaiden 2. Because I've been playing Ninja Gaiden on DS. Itagaki had come out and said this week this is going to be the last of the Ninja Gaiden games, which is total crap because I'm sure there's going to be more, but it's Ninja Gaiden. It's for the 360. I didn't like the first one. I'm kind of enjoying the DS. So, well, I like the first one, just not as much as everybody else.
I'm picking that up.
And
so.
that's... Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess that's all for me. That's exactly a minute.
Is it? Well, for me, one shameful secret. I guess my shameful secret is the fact that I stopped Silent Hill 4. That did win the poll last week, and I feel a little ashamed that I don't want to continue that game anymore. I might give it another try. Nick says he's going to continue it sometime.
I'm going to finish it.
I don't know
Hopefully
when that's
before I
gonna
go to China, I'll try and finish it.
We'll see. But also, so yeah, I feel a little ashamed. That won the poll. But I have been playing Fear Files, which was a very close second. As far as one thing I'm worried about, I'm a little worried about... one couple games I'm hyped for. One is that I'm very hyped for Left 4 Dead. I got really pumped after I saw those videos. I hear more people talking about it. People who've played that game. I'm fucking excited as shit about it. Another game is...
Talking to you has made me kind of excited about it.
Go back and listen to one of yours from yesterday.
I did. I just listened to it today.
Actually.
Was that your freaking shameful secret?
No, my shameful secret was Silent Hill.
Go ahead.
Doof. Also, one other game I'm hyped about is Castlevania Order of Ecclesia, which is the new one that's confirmed, coming out for this fall.
Is it going to have the same crappy art style?
Yeah, I think so. Whatever, I'll get over
I
it.
don't even
'Cause
like-
the games are always good.
I'm not even a huge fan of
It's supposed to be
Castlevania.
minute,
It pisses me off.
Yeah. And that's pretty much it for me.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I'm the host. I gotta keep going with this. Alright, woohoo! So, normally we'd have Travis hit it up to be a nice solid 4-minute segment. But, yeah. Anyways,
Make sure you check out the website, the blog. You'll be seeing some changes later on this month, adding a lot more content, cleaning up the site. Should be a fun rest of the month. Nick's going out of town next week. So everybody hope Nick will have a good trip and a safe trip because he's never been out of the country before, except for one time in Mexico and when he took that cruise to the Bahamas. But hopefully he'll be okay because he does not speak a word of Chinese. I'm trying to help him out.
Today at work, I was
I'll teach you some.
today at work, I was kind of like, Dave was like, what do you want to know? And I was like, you'll teach me some Chinese? He's like, yeah, I'll teach you some Chinese. Is that alright? I was like, yeah, that's great. And then he kind of was like, he smiled at me and I was like, oh, fuck, you know what? Never mind. David cannot teach me Chinese before we go to this trip. I'll just have my girlfriend teach me. She knows a little bit. Oh, wow. She's doing some Chinese there. I'll let her teach me some Chinese.
Yeah.
Wait, is that a good idea too?
So yeah. Well, anyways, check the blog out. Of course, YouTube, 4PP. You can always look up this site, the clips on there.
Again, not most of our clips don't have that tag, but it'll definitely help you find our videos, I suppose. Or you could just YouTube/4Player Podcast. Also, as far as videos go, we really appreciate it when y'all cut out videos and highlight them not only on JTV, but we like to see when y'all submit it to YouTube because we submit all these to our own account, but I mean, sometimes they won't get noticed until, so like, for example, the Holy Crap That's a Bear video, which got a whole shitload of views on YouTube, was actually submitted by another person.
Yeah.
So, we like to see when y'all do that. It's real easy. All you have to do is go into the archives tab on JTV, after whatever you want to see, and you can sift through any date, any time, and cut out. It's really easy to cut out a clip, and that makes it easier on us, because sometimes it's very hard after a long night of gaming to want to go back and clip out every single thing that was funny. So we appreciate it when you guys do that.
Yeah, that'll help you if you want to get involved in the community and stuff. That's one of the ways to do it. Not harassing us on the internet and be like, hey, make me a mod, make me a mod, make me a mod. It doesn't really work very well. If anything, that annoys me more than anything. So if you guys want to be, you stick around, you do your stuff the right way, and become part of the community. We'll love to have you part of it.
Cool. Also, you can contact us if you have any questions or anything you want to suggest to us, whatever. You can contact us via email on our blog. You can check out at the bottom right-hand corner of the menu. There should be a link to where you can email all four of us. It's basically just our names at 4playerpodcast.com. Is it spelled out? I can't remember.
No, it's the number 4.
It's number 4. Okay, and then you can also contact us via the forum. You can send us messages there or through JTV.
Or post comments on the blog.
Or just we love comments in the blog. Anything
Yeah,
you wanna
seriously,
comment.
where's our comments, man?
We know
Where's
people are going.
Nick? You give the most fucking in-depth analysis of a Resident Evil 4 screenshot, 5 screenshot that I've ever seen. I want more of that. Give him comments, man. He would love to hear that kind of stuff.
Well, that was a compliment, right?
Yeah, that's a compliment.
Cool.
You don't get that kind of coverage anywhere else. They're like, dude, this game looks shiny and pretty, but he's going into the fucking T-virus and stuff. I mean, he knows his Resident Evil.
You saw the Numa Resident Evil thing, right?
Yes.
God, I love
you
that.
ask that every time we mention Resident Evil.
Yeah.
So,
You see it?
Yes, I see.
Okay, great.
anyways, contact us if you have any questions via email address, forum, or JTV. Also, you can leave us comments on the blog. If you want to become a member, you can just leave us an anonymous comment.
Check
That's
on GT.
Anything you want to add that we missed talking about in our blog post or anything, they're all welcome. So
And check out GT. We're probably going to be playing something this week. So
www.justin.tv/ spelled out the 4Player podcast, or not the 4Player podcast. We play something pretty much every night. You can also go to our site at 4playerpodcast.com. We have a window up there that'll take you right to it, to our live feed. Also, you can download this podcast on iTunes. Just type in the number 4Player podcast. It should take you right to it. We would like reviews because apparently it helps us get more popular or something on iTunes. I don't know how that works, but it's interesting.
Another way you can help out is tell other people if you like our show.
Yeah, spread the word.
I've never asked anybody. We've never asked you guys to do this before, but that's how we get a lot of people to watch and to listen. Is you guys? You guys tell other people and post funny links or whatever.
Drop some fucking YouTube videos in some forums or something, man. It'll help. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for joining us. This has been episode. Go ahead, David.
I've got one. This has been episode, and I've got a final word.
Episode number 63 of the 3-player podcast.
And my going out right before Nick hits the music is, how when people say, hey, do you guys have this game in stock? Oh, no? Oh, it's okay. I'll get it offline. What the hell does that mean?
What?
Because they mean I'll get it online, but they say I'll get it offline. You ever heard somebody say
That's
that?
the most random thought of the day. Thank you, David, for that.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay. Yeah, they always say that.
That was.
We said intro is outro, right? Outro
Yeah.
is intro. Okay.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks, guys.
And thanks for putting
They'll be back next week. I'll be back in about 3
in
weeks.
China. Travis should be back.
I'll be back just in time for the Mega Solid 4 launch, so I'm excited. So, yeah, here we go.
Have fun in China.
Thank you.
You should have been hitting this. This music should have been going as we were talking. Yeah, so the final outing word is there's people.
4playerpodcast.com.
Bye.
We'll get that perfected.